and GONxFREAKS on stage. News from RedNex, where truth is the stage. No bias here, just facts you'll see. In every corner, the world story will tell. From the streets of Paris to Tokyo's gleam, every city, every voice will hear them. No spin, no hype, just calm and serene. RedNex World News, where truth is supreme. Captain Pav and GONxFREAKS, unbiased crew, bringing you the news without a slew. RedNex World News, where truth takes flight. Every day, every night, we keep it tight. Through the chaos, through the calm, we stand. With Captain Pav and GONxFREAKS, we understand. The pulse of the world, will never let it fade. RedNex World News, where truth is made. From wars to peace, from despair to hope, we're here to guide you through the scope. No matter the storm, we'll keep you informed. RedNex World News.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We are...
Welcome.
What a week for news, man. My whole life got turned upside down this week, and I don't even know. This is just... I don't even know what to do, honestly. Welcome, Ziggy. All right, let me actually do that real quick. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are here for RedNex Weekend Recap. We have lots of news to cover today. Thank you all for joining us. Please keep in mind, this is Pav and GONxFREAKS from Team Venture Gaming, and don't take too much serious this evening, but a lot of today actually is very serious, so throw that out the window. Today is very serious, and don't even think about minimizing it. All right, we are going to start with something fun, just because I can't just jump right into it. But
no,
let's see what Greta has been up to.
Oh, the little goblin. She's up to shenanigans again.
Bitch.
The family boat has been officially attacked. A drone came right above it, released a bomb, and it exploded, and the boat was on fire.
So climate Greta Thunberg, she's back. You may remember she took a boat ride to Israel while she was trying to go to Gaza, and they decided not to let her in with her LARPing revolutionaries. And then they gave her some schnitzel and some shawarma. You can't come here. You're a terrorist. You're a horrible person. And they put her on a plane. She went home. She looked grumpy the whole time. Anyway, she's back on the boat with her loser friends. And listen to this from the Daily Mail. Thunberg is part of a controversial convoy of around 350 activists and aid workers sailing on what they describe as a peaceful mission to deliver supplies to Palestinians in Gaza. She
Every time I see this person, I have to wonder a lot of things, to be honest, but...
She looks like she's having some intestinal distress.
She is quite chunky. And is she ever going to get older or change her haircut, I wonder?
Added that
this is a new haircut, I think.
That's new.
This is her Lord Farquaad haircut.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly.
She's also been compared to He-Man with this haircut.
In Tunisia, carried many of the same people who were detained with Greta on an earlier attempt to reach Gaza in June. So these are people who maybe they just really enjoy Israeli hummus. They're just like, you know what, why don't we take a ride through the Mediterranean? Doesn't sound that terrible. The Israelis are going to pick us up. They're literally going to make us a shawarma sandwich and send us back on a plane. Now, people have noted that Greta Thunberg has started to morph into, well, take a look. This is from...
There it is.
Man with new haircut. She's literally morphing into probably my favorite childhood TV show.
Is she pooping?
Even more.
Yeah, but He-Man has better bangs.
Because this came out a little bit earlier, around 1983.
Bangs are uneven.
7 or 8 years old.
I think she got her hair cut at sea.
Castle Grayskull too. She's turning into. I mean, that is one. She looks trans. She looks like a dude. She looks like Chris Farley, sort of putting on a wig. I don't know what's going on there. Then this is even better.
Poor Chris Farley.
from Benny Johnson. Breaking. The global Samud flotilla for Gaza says that
one of its main boats was hit by a drone connected to the boat that was carrying
Tunisian waters.
Main boats was
just
hit
a
by
random
Tunisian waters. That looks scary. We'll talk about that in a second.
Oh my!
The Portuguese flagged vessel
That was bright.
the Madeleine boat that carried Greta was carrying the steering committee members. The strike damaged the deck and storage areas, but everyone on board is safe. And here's someone on the boat. Her name is Yasmin Akar, saying that Greta was on the boat when the drone dropped a bomb. Stay tuned for the real headline. Here they are after the bombing.
Hi everyone,
of the
Yasmin
boat.
here. The family boat has been officially attacked. A drone came right above it, released a bomb, and it exploded, and the boat was on fire. Everyone on that boat is okay.
And yeah, it turns out that never happened. Actually, what did happen, listen to this from Eyal Yacobi. Breaking, Greta Thunberg claimed her boat was struck by a drone. Tunisian authorities confirmed there was zero drone activity in the area. Turns out a crew member set off a firecracker and blamed a drone.
Are you kidding me?
A long list of Palestinian propaganda. They literally set off a
Are you kidding me? Well, how could your flare even do damage?
Set off a flare that landed in the boat. This is what...
Oh my.
It was just like basically it was screwing around with a flare gun and it went off and it hit the boat, and then 5 minutes later they're like, oh, the drones are attacking us.
So this girl's like what, like 12 years old, running around the ocean lying about everything, like just causing trouble. Like what the fuck? Does she have parents?
If other things hadn't happened this week, like I just think that this would be more attention. There'd be more attention on this shenanigans. The only saving grace for those that she wasn't in any of this. She wasn't the one that accidentally shot off the flare, nor is she the one that claims it was a drone. She was just on board, and her peoples
happened to be there.
Her peoples did all these things. So I think she's going to have to throw them under the bus. Like that's the only way she's going to be able to continue with her getting money from people to do her stuff. Because she doesn't make money off of anything but donations.
She's just, people give her money to go sail around in a boat and throw flares on the ground.
My understanding is that this is being funded by some billionaire from Europe, if I'm not mistaken. Her taking her boats, her
she
flotilla,
crawled from the bridge.
her humanitarian flotilla to Gaza is being funded by some wealthy European guy. That's what I heard. I don't know for sure. I just heard that, when you hear stuff on the internet, it's got to be true, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything online is true, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately,
why would anyone put something out there if it wasn't true?
Why would someone do that?
Sense. Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's about all the fun stuff we have today, people. We're going to be jumping right into a bunch of just outrageous stuff now, and
I think Pav is going to yell a lot, so those of you who may be listening may want to turn your volume down just a little bit.
But I feel like I've already been yelling like a lot about this, and so I might actually be okay, but we'll see. We'll see if this reignites everything. But I feel like this is, oh crap, I don't think I can play this. It's gonna copyright strike me. All right. Anyway, we'll skip that one. But effectively, I just can't believe there's not even more happening, to be honest. Like, you had one drug addict get, like, OD during a police encounter, and the whole country went and, like, burned it down. As like, okay, now
down cities.
You have this kind of bullshit.
Like this was break into
no one like premeditated. Oh, let's go to George Floyd and stomp his neck and like laugh at him dying on the ground and all this shit. Like that, it's incomparable. It's like not even in the same universe of things. And these people are so fucking deranged. And it's just like, holy crap. How can, and then they'll say dumb shit like, oh, what about Melissa Hortman and blah, blah, blah. What was the first thing we did when that happened? We reported all over it and said, this is fucking insanity. What is happening? This should not be happening. That's the first thing that we said. These fucking psychos can't even do that much.
Kirk was just shot on a college campus in Utah.
Is it bad? Charlie Kirk was just shot at his campus in Utah. Why are you laughing? He is my friend. Your first reaction is to Charlie Kirk is a dick, and you're smiling, and you laugh that my friend just got shot? You had the audacity to laugh? If you think shooting Charlie Kirk is justified because you disagree with his political
I know,
opinions,
these kids need their
to
face
study your
right in the
heart.
ground. I
Because this is what
swear to God,
abortion
I would
culture
beat
has done
every
in our
single one of
country.
these little
Our
faggots.
abortion culture has told people,
My understanding is this is what they're being taught in college these days.
do you guys think it's justified or a good thing that Trump got shot? Did you guys laugh?
Yeah.
What you all did,
Fucking psycho
you're laughing.
losers.
So today when we were setting up, someone said, fuck those babies, kill them all. That's what, and you laughed again.
Where are we? Why is it like this? And I'm trying to think, like, if this actually happens in reverse. I can't think of it, but I don't know. I can't think of anyone going out of their way to just be like, I don't know. This is just crazy. We lost Rush and now Charlie. It's unbelievable. And there was no reason for this. Like, literally no reason. I didn't even like Charlie Kirk, really. And a lot of the things, like the way he debated, there's a lot of things I didn't like about him. It doesn't fucking matter. And it doesn't mean I'm just automatically coming to his aid because he happened to be MAGA. But it's like, this shouldn't happen to literally anyone. We've had the same perspective on every single time violence has come up on across the fucking board. This is insanity. And honestly, it's a point. It's like, you know, they keep saying, oh, turn it down, and like we have to be better than that and this and that. It's like, at what point does that not work anymore? You know, like, you can stand in front of people and get shot all day long and be like, oh, we're better than, you know, doing it ourselves or whatever. But like, where did that get you? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And at what point is it gonna flip and we just are not gonna tolerate it anymore? And or we just say, you know what? We'll just keep giving Trump whatever authority he needs to do things, and fuck all of you. It doesn't matter. And see where that gets you. Like, you're afraid that Trump's going to take power? You're going to give him all the power he needs by doing dumb shit like this, and then people like me will be like, dude, do whatever you need to do to get these fucking psychos out of here.
Yeah.
Yep, we're all Charlie now. And that, I don't think they understand. Well, honestly, sometimes I wonder if it's an inside job. Like, okay, this is how we get literally everyone onto our side. Like, it's just like so obvious what's happening. Like, how does anyone not see this?
I think it's starting to culminate.
It better.
into that. I think it is. I think there's a lot of left-leaning people made some really horrible comments after the fact, and I mean, you're starting to get into this, and a lot of that was not tolerated.
Yeah.
Like that, like they were silenced very fast for their hate speech.
Yeah, and I think that's what needs to happen. And
right.
we need to just lock it down and clamp it down and show that this is not acceptable, and it is not tolerated, and it is not socially acceptable.
No, but violence in reaction to violence isn't the answer. I think that's
literally the only way violence understands.
Not the same kind of violence.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't just go around like willy-nilly murdering people, but you got to stand up and be like, yo, we're not tolerating this shit anymore.
No, but, you know, not tolerating and arresting them and holding them accountable for their shenanigans isn't the same as being violent. It's just being strong and standing up for your convictions.
Well, I say that's fine as long as they actually, you know, submit. But if they're not submitting and being little, man, I was watching.
And that's why we have the police and the National Guard and President Trump to take care of us.
I know, National Guard,
Thank
bringing the
goodness.
military. I would be fine with a tank rolling down the street. I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah.
I literally don't care anymore. Bring all of it out. Let's go.
I did hear he isn't going to go forward with sending the National Guard to Chicago, at least for the time being, but we'll see.
Which is bullshit. He should. Yeah. And I would have used this immediately. I'd have sent everybody everywhere right the same fucking day. I'd been like, we're done. Yep, military occupation. That's what we're at. That's where we've gotten to, unfortunately.
Still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
It's better than this shit. I'd rather be occupied by the military than these fucking lunatic lefties.
Don Wilkes Booth when you need him.
That's it right there.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Sabrina!
Latinos sit out the
welcome in.
Instead of saying we're going to punish our enemies.
Is that Madonna?
Reward our friends who stand with us on issues that are
look too young to be Madonna.
If they don't see that kind of upsurge in voting in this election, then I think it's going to be hard.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated. I will go.
Good, and this dumb bitch, take her out too.
A dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run?
Can you drop a link to what you're talking about, Ziggy?
This country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, you insulted your wife.
Yes.
You came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. They're still
interesting.
Yeah.
That was a whole bunch of interesting things right there, if I do say so myself.
I would have loved to see Biden and Trump in a fist fight.
Oh, yeah, right. That would have been like elder abuse. He'd just fall over and get stomped. That would have been hilarious.
It would have been like Biden taking a swing and then just falling down.
Yeah, he'd just fall down. And then Trump would feel bad and be like...
And Trump would be like, oh my God, this poor old man. Help him.
Help this old man.
That would be a fight. That would be the fist fight. Grumpy old Biden. I broke my hip. Here's my ice cream.
Well, occasionally you do get a person like this who's actually not a complete piece of shit that would come up and... come to these events, so I was happy to see some of these as well.
College campus against Charlie. I've noticed the swing of a college campus.
It's totally changed.
Charlie now, and it's radically different, and it's so much more fun to watch. What do you attribute that to?
You know what it is? The people in this audience are smart.
So apparently this guy moved 40% of Gen Z youth over to the right. Supposedly, that's what they're attributing to him, at least. And that is wild. Like, again, I don't even agree with, like, 40% of Gen Z moved to the right.
That's a lot. Because of him. Because of
Turning Point? Or, like, his, like, influence.
His message. Well, yeah. There's others like him. There's a lot of people who are doing what he does. He's certainly amongst the most famous, by far.
And, you know, that's just another reason, you know.
Shapiro are the two most... famous for not only doing this but putting it on YouTube and being as successful on YouTube.
Yeah,
is really what I'm at.
I mean, honestly, I would really love it if they were better debaters, because I really feel like him and Candace Owens are not actually good at debaters per se. They're like, I don't know, they're kind of crazy in some ways, but
Candace is sometimes she has some viewpoints that are a little questionable in my opinion, but for the most part. Yeah, I kind of see it for her. For Charlie Kirk, I actually thought he was good at debating. I think the perspective is sort of painted through YouTube because his shorts are much more like singular on like not even a full discussion, but a very short discussion. It's almost always someone yelling at him.
Yeah,
and he's trying to answer their question, and they just keep yelling at it.
Those I think are normally good, but when he goes like on stage or like has like a more formal thing, I think it just like kind of buries his head in just like feelings to some extent, which you you know, whatever. Everyone lives their life differently and experiences things differently. And like I said, I didn't agree with a lot of things or how he presented things, but there's no room anywhere in there to be like, oh yeah, he deserved to die. Nope.
Right. Actually, honestly, I didn't watch as much of his long stuff. I watched mostly his short content on YouTube. That's what I was exposed to the most.
Yeah.
And they're panicking that they're not going to have a country.
Yeah.
First generation since George Washington to have it worse off than their parents. This generation is the most depressed, suicidal, anxious, drug addicted, lowest home ownership, poorest, most overweight, directionless. No, I mean, again, this is true. And this generation around you has something very unique. Almost everyone in this audience here had their prom canceled because of COVID. Graduation ceremonies canceled. Probably lost a friend to suicide because of the lockdowns.
Well,
and they are looking for a country that they can believe in.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, like that's like literally nothing.
Really that many young people who committed suicide because of COVID lockdowns? That seems a little.
Yeah, they didn't go to prom, so they got sad and killed themselves. Like what?
Like really? Like I think there was something else going on if that was the result of
the logic of this is like really bizarre how it all comes together. I just don't get it.
Yeah, some of his statistics are questionable. But I think his approach for the most part was a good approach. For the most part.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, even just starting the conversation, even if like you don't agree with someone, at least talk to them. And
and it's hard. Like what he's doing, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like to put yourself in a place where you know you're going to be attacked by a bunch of 20-somethings and just to try to sway the opinion of one or two. Yeah. And instead he perhaps swayed the opinions of tens, if not hundreds of thousands. So yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of courage to do it just from a social standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, even just to take a stand publicly on something and then defend it. Because a lot of people will go online, like barf out something on Twitter or whatever, complete nonsense garbage. And it's like, okay, you clearly are fucking retarded.
There's a lot of similarity between what he does, which is more politically inclined, and what street preachers try to do. And I also watch some stuff on street preachers. But it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's like really hard. Like, and there's
because it's not rehearsed. Like you don't know what
paid to do it.
People are going to say.
There's no money in it inherently. So yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to take credit for it. These are forces greater than us. We just happen to be at the right place at the right time.
Charlie.
Situation is from that of Jeffree Star.
Look at that hair. Oh my gosh.
Kirk was just shot and is now passed away while he was debating at the Utah Valley College. And this happened while we've been streaming. I'm literally been editing a video. I'm about to upload it right now. And I'm literally stunned. Like, what is going on, dude? For speaking the truth, that's what happened? Are you fucking kidding me right now? If you watch me daily, we don't really get political in this room. We are all about positivity, makeup, sarcasm, jokes, trolling, clapping back, being fun.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a grown man who fought for the truth, who went all around our country debating people of all walks of life, walks of religion, walks of sexuality. He debated every.
So if this person can understand this, how come the rest of them can't? I don't understand. This one
seems like a reasonable person here.
Yeah.
Despite his nails and hair. And I'm calling him he because he looks like a he. I don't care.
Yeah, but whatever this person is. The point is, how is this the most rational of you freaking libtard losers? I swear to God, this is the best that you have. Unreal.
And if you're in here saying it wasn't the truth, you are a they, them loser, okay?
Whoa!
You're one of those people who doesn't want to live in reality.
I kind of like this guy. I don't understand. I'm conflicted.
Little brain up here. Okay? You are delusional.
Seems like a
you are
normal
not
human
right in the
being.
head. Okay?
Yep, not right now.
So any of you weirdos coming in here, Charlie fought for the truth. He debated people all over this country. And he didn't care what you were. He still had a conversation with everybody.
With everybody, a conversation. Welcome in. I see some people joining us. Oh my.
Welcome. Why'd you say oh my? Did I not see something in chat?
Bunch of stuff over on Kick, but it all looks like spam. So thank you very much, Spammy Kick. And all right, I'm caught up. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We are getting deep into Charlie Kirk here. This one, like, what the fuck is this?
It's the first time I've ever encountered it. But I don't dislike Jeffree
I think I've
Star,
seen him
Allison,
before.
man.
But yeah.
Nothing about him except for his choice of nails, really.
Nails.
It was really the nails. It was even his hair's not that bad. It's just pink. But that's kind of like anime-ish. If you're like into anime, it's like totally understandable.
Yeah. This, I don't even know. This just seems like, to an extent, I feel like, how is this not a conspiracy? But to an extent, I'm like, this is actually kind of reasonable.
Okay, I just want to point out that if I wanted to, as a designer, as a graphic designer, I could create this, what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
So personally, I need a little bit more than just a screenshot.
It's not just this. So there's
okay, good. Because
there's
that's all
quite
I've
a few
ever seen
things.
is this screenshot or the cover of the book, and I'm like, well, you know, give me 12 hours and I could make the cover of the book, and I could make the. I mean, in less than 12
But this
hours,
is like Internet Archive shit, and like, you know, multiple people. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure. And I would love to hear more about this as it figures itself out. But apparently, someone uploaded this book on the 9th when he was shot on the 10th.
Copy of this book on the internet. It's like, hey, look, I got a copy of this from Amazon before they took it down. That would be more like, oh my gosh, what the hell?
Right. So we'll watch
I'm just confused by this.
Yeah, this insanity. So September 9th, this book was supposedly uploaded to Amazon, and then mistakenly published, and then they took it down and republished it with the date of the 11th. So if he was shot on the 10th, and they wrote an entire 63-page book and uploaded it the day before, and it's very specific, the Utah Valley University event that he was killed at, how do you do that?
I came across this information. I was going to try to put it into a video, but I wanted to get it out in real time as fast as possible, because the more information we have out there, the faster we can solve what actually happened to Charlie Kirk. How was this planned out? Who was actually behind it? So I came across this on InfoWars with Alex Jones. we're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to take you through. People are posting more information that they're finding about what's happening behind the scenes. And this is actually shocking to know that a book was published about his shooting the day before he died. And then also the LA Times and the New York Times reporting that he was shot September 9th, the day before.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. They had some headline articles they published before it happened.
What now?
Exactly. And frankly, how is this not, like, all over the place?
Before he was shot. None of this makes any sense. Let me take you through it real quick.
Now, Grok confirmed this. I went and looked it up and confirmed it. I saw this last night, and I wanted to wait and check. And a whole bunch of corporate publications, a full day before Charlie was shot, put out articles saying Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, with just the headline. And the people there were chanting. I mean, you have the audio, you hear the crowd, the noise, it's all the witnesses they were saying. It's kind of like, it's like the crazy man that stabbed the Ukrainian girl in the throat. You got to listen real carefully. He says twice, I got that white girl, but he's in a train, so you have to listen carefully. You can hear it in there. I don't know, translate over AM radio out there, probably a little FM, but it's all the rest.
This fucking psychopath, like, how do you not, like, when Trump was shot at, a bunch of people in the crowd got killed. So how is your first to like turn around and cheer? Like, I don't know. I would expect a whole bunch more bullets coming out. This is just nuts.
And they go to cheer, yeah, once it happens, yeah, they're looking, yeah, yeah. And so all the postings in the town by leftists and trans people that, hey, he's getting liquidated tomorrow, he's getting dissolved tomorrow.
And then I'm really wondering, is this just every single event he gets noise like this and it doesn't mean anything? Or is like all of a sudden this one event, everyone's like, oh, he's going to die.
Big's gonna go bye-bye. And then there's this, and I'll play that, show you the stuff in a moment, but look at this. Let's put this on screen from Amazon. Put the full screen up, please. The shooting of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, blow that up. Why does Amazon have the shooting of Charlie Kirk by Anastasia J. Casey posted one day before he was murdered? And then they updated it, and it's on the Internet Archive. That's been checked. It happened a day, September 9th. So it's already out there, and then they updated it today. Publication date, September 9th. The FBI needs to be knocking down some doors over there.
Thanks for seeing this all about Charlie Kirk. First of all, I am devastated. I'm stressed. I hope he's okay. I was just Googling this, and something blew my mind. This just happened, September 10th. If you look on Google right now, 19 hours ago, posted by New York Times and Los Angeles Times, 19 hours ago, saying Charlie Kirk was shot. 19 hours ago would have been September 9th. Today's the 10th. This doesn't make sense. 19 hours ago. 19 hours ago. Today is the 10th. This doesn't make sense. How could the New York Times and Los Angeles Times report 19 hours ago that he had been shot when this just happened September 10th?
This is really weird.
Yeah.
Like, really weird.
Exactly. And frankly, how do you mess this shit up so bad?
I mean, if you were to think of it from the other angle, right? If you were planning to assassinate him, or you knew someone was planning to assassinate him, and you like had enough information that you could pre-write a book about it.
I know. And upload it.
And
someone had to review it and approve it.
Game plan to have let it out of the bag early, so someone screwed up the pooch. If that happened, it seems just the only logical explanation is literally Satan did it. Like, he knew what was going to happen, and he gave insider information to someone. Like, I mean, literally the devil. Because other than God, the only creature I know of that exists outside of time and space is the devil.
Well, I mean, even devil working through these psychopaths because like, someone knew it was going to happen.
Well, that's like really specific information. I don't...
But that's the thing; they have to be in on it. Like they're trying to not only do the right, they killed him, but they also want to control the next narrative that comes out of it, and especially pushing like, oh, he was controversial, he was just causing he's divisive, he's radical, all these things. When in fact he's a little bit. I would say. I wouldn't even say extreme, but like he's just passionate. And yeah, you don't have to agree with everything, but at the end of the day, I don't think he would have ever like walked over and punched someone in the face for like disagreeing with him, right? They just talk about it and be like, okay.
He's much more likely to let them talk themselves into a hole and make fun of them. That's kind of, make fun of them in a not a total shitty way, but point out their stupidity by letting them do it themselves and then saying, thank you for talking to me and making an idiot of yourself so I can put it on YouTube and get some likes,
So, I don't know, man.
I get it, It is what it is. We live in the world we live in.
Like, and someone at Amazon had to see this book was uploaded and approve it. I'm pretty sure there's like a manual approval.
So many levels of what the heck is going on with this book situation. It would be easier to believe that it was just somebody like I said, like created something in Photoshop and uploaded it in order to cause some conspiracy mumbo jumbo to happen just because that's fun, right? Oh, look, now everyone believes in this crap that I made up.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that would be a lot easier to believe than
what
this is suggesting. Just on a conspiracy of people level, it's like the fact that this isn't really being spoken about except by people like us on YouTube's.
Well, I think media control overall somehow is easier than it seems.
Yeah. Well, that's true, unfortunately, because the majority of information that goes to any news outlet, any mainstream news outlet, comes from one source, which is the Associated Press. So AP puts out, this is what happened, and then the news places pick that up, and then they report on that. It's technically how it works.
Interesting.
That's why newspapers always had the same data, because they're all from the same source. So
I'm going to try to skip past the little intro music. Okay, here we go.
I don't even want to watch any of that.
At least that's how I think how it used to be. I'm not a journalist, but I'm related to one.
Given by law enforcement, ATF, DHS. There were no internal report that they got the rifle, the shells in the magazine with all the different trans and anti-fascist. And they put that out because they're concerned that the information would be suppressed. Just like they released the information within hours, then 15 minutes of them being there to Kyle Seraphin, FBI whistleblower. They told them because we're concerned they're going to cover this up 100%. This is a shooter, and it was. And just like an actual shooter, it would take years to find out it was a trans person if it was left to the FBI old leadership. But they don't wait around now. They're saying, good. We got good people more and more in there that have the courage to speak out and get the information out. I want to get to Trump's statement here, but I want to show you something first, okay? Now, Grok confirmed this. I went and looked it up and confirmed it. I saw this last night, and I wanted to wait and check. And a whole bunch of
What's this dude?
A full day.
This is Alex Jones.
Okay, I know I've seen him before. I don't know him well enough to know his name.
Before Charlie was shot, put out articles saying Charlie Kirk.
I recognize his voice, actually. I don't recognize his
And the people
face.
there were chanting. I mean, you have the audio, you hear the crowd noise, it's all the witches they're saying. It's kind of like, it's like the crazy man that stabbed the Ukrainian girl in the throat. You got to listen real carefully. He says twice, I got that white girl, but he's in the train, so you have to listen carefully. You can hear it in there. I don't know if translate over AM radio out there, probably on FM, but it's all over. Actually, you'll see it. And the cheering, yeah, once it happens, yeah, they're looking, yeah. And so, and all the postings in the town by leftists and trans people that, hey, he's getting liquidated tomorrow, he's getting dissolved tomorrow, he's something big's gonna happen, he's gonna go bye-bye. And then there's this, and I'll play it, show you the stuff in a moment, but look at this. Let's put this on screen from Amazon. Put the full screen up, please. The shooting of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, blow that up. Why does Amazon have the shooting of Charlie Kirk by Anastasia J. Casey posted one day before he was murdered? And then they updated it, and it's on the Internet Archive. That's been checked. It happened a day, September 9th. So it was already out there, and then they updated it today.
How do we do that? Internet Archive. What's the name of this book? The Shooting of Charlie Kirk. Well, I don't necessarily see that anywhere. Let's see. Do you know how to use the Internet Archive? All right, well, we might have to actually validate this another time, huh? Let's see.
This might take a minute of research.
Yeah, there's probably a way to do it. I'm just not sure, but I'm going to assume, at least for now, that he did actually verify that.
Publication date, September 9th. The FBI needs to be...
Yeah, there's a point where enough people are talking about it that you know it's at least one or two of them have someone who verified the information.
Like, someone went and looked at it. Now,
right.
You know, I guess there's the assumption that someone actually did, and maybe they didn't, but
right.
I mean, he's stating clearly that he did.
MSNBC as well, but it's not necessarily true.
Well, that's true.
So, these people...
Look, it's under MSNBC, of course they have to verify their info, right?
Clearly.
There's a hashtag.
Clearly they do fact-checking. They have a whole department of people to do that, I suspect.
And there's a lot of people countering it now with praise, but...
Oh, all these fucking
it's a great day.
Oh my God, he had 2 kids?
Rest in piss, you won't be missed.
All right, quick pause, because if you're watching this, you're exactly the kind of person who's going to love what I've got in my store. We're talking taste like liberal tears mugs. We the people tease, sexy and
taste like liberal tears.
I thought you just had the daughter. It's bad enough.
But do you understand? Now let's show this video. Here is the shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University attack and aftermath, and America's response.
So what? That was a medic flipping off the camera?
And they're all there. He's dead. Something big tomorrow. No police on the road.
Okay, now this is an actual person's finger on a piece of paper that was printed. That is a little more. But it's the same paper.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same screenshot. Okay.
What the hell is this? Now, it gets worse.
My understanding is that Anastasia J. Casey is an unknown author for an AI
exactly.
firm.
It was just completely unknown author,
Like,
just
it's just
uploaded
an
this book out of anywhere. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just, what is happening?
Honestly, if that book had come out a day later, it would still be sussy. Like,
exactly, that's what she's saying. Fast? She's saying even if it came out the next day, like how the fuck you write a 65-page book? Like even if the AI's cranking everything, nobody like proofread. Like it just takes time, and the data's not even available yet. The police only put out so much so fast,
especially about who did it. So,
shooting of Charlie Kirk by Anastasia Casey posted one day before he was murdered.
Yeah, it is this stupid.
And does anyone have this book? Like,
can honestly, we see even what's if it came out today, it would have been like, man, they wrote that fast.
Yeah.
Because it's not just that you had to write it, you also had to proofread it and edit it and make changes.
And get the data from somewhere. Like, you got to find the facts.
And then, because this has been a constant, like, every few hours, there's some sort of update of some sort. And it happened fast. I knew it would just be a matter of time. I'm like, whoever this person is, you know, they're going to get caught. Like, it's just a matter of whether or not they're going to get caught alive or not. And apparently, it actually came out a lot more quicker and more peacefully than I expected it to.
Yeah, me too.
Which is good. And it's funny. I heard his dad figured it out. No, his minister figured it out and went to his dad, and together they went to the kid. But before that, the minister talked to another minister another person who was a U.S. Marshal, and said, "Look, we know, and it's best for you if you turn yourself in, and the Marshal's coming, take you into custody." And he decided to turn himself in peacefully. That's my understanding. But his family was very Republican, to my understanding, pretty conservative.
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean anything for the child.
No, it doesn't mean anything. It's just how it worked out. I mean, if his family had been super leftist, I don't think it would have worked out the same. I think they would have protected him and hid him or whatever. But I just think it worked out much better than it could have. I don't know what my point was. I'm sorry. I was just...
Now, this lady noticed, and people ask me, so I'm responding to them.
Feelings.
Alex Jones, something for you to check out. Given this is right up your alley and you have the resources to do so. Wall Street Apes posted this a little while ago. They're credible folks. We checked those. Sure, the New York Times and LA Times had articles published about Charlie Kirk being shot before he actually was. That's how they reported 3 hours before they caught Oswald. It was Oswald in the Asian papers because they got their times messed up. They reported.
Yeah, and then Grok says it's some sort of search engine glitch. Like, yeah, fucking right, man. Like, Google just calculated the time wrong on these two search results randomly. Like, come on.
WT7 was blown up. An hour before it was blown up. Exactly how it was blown up. Wall Street Apes posted this a little bit ago. The New York Times and LA Times had articles published about Charlie Kirk being shot where he actually was. Screenshots and video posted. And Rock checked it and said it is accurate. Rock's findings at the end of the video. Here is the video.
Thanks for seeing this all about Charlie Kirk. First of all, I am devastated. I'm stressed. I hope he's okay. I was just Googling this and something blew my mind. This just happened September 10th. If you look on Google right now, 19 hours ago, posted by New York Times and Los Angeles Times, 19 hours ago, saying Charlie Kirk was shot. 19 hours ago, that's September 9th. Today's the 10th. This doesn't make sense. 19 hours ago. 19 hours ago. Today is the 10th. This doesn't make sense. How could the New York Times and Los Angeles Times report 19 hours ago that he had been shot when this just happened September 10th? Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
Now, in a moment, we're going to play, these will be hours long, we play them all, but just some of the celebrations. And these people are doctors and lawyers and nurses and school teachers, mainly it's school teachers in Florida, New York, California, Texas. Just like they celebrated when the girls that were white drowned in the floods.
Okay, so he's getting into...
I think Asmongold started to put together a list of these psychos that are like celebrating and literally just calling every single one of them out where they work, their socials, and just letting people know. And then, what happens from there is whatever, I guess.
Like a celebration. I've done some compilations on that. I'll be reporting more on that. I may play more of that, but I want to keep the focus on this book being published on Amazon and then the New York Times and LA Times. Because if you just go search in Google, if you look at the mainstream media, no one is reporting this. You have to go on X to find some of this deep information that is being confirmed. Okay, so this isn't like people just coming up with conspiracy theories, but people are checking the metadata, they're going deep into it, and you have hundreds of people researching this. And you're not going to see this on any mainstream outlet. Why?
Yeah.
How could they possibly know anything about him being shot? So what I want to show you now, let me, if you get into, I'm going to make it bigger so we can see it. And some of you guys are saying I showed the shooting. No, I took it out the moment right before he got shot. Then when I came back, it was like the immediate second after he was shot.
Inside this tiny flash drive is the encrypted code for a fully automated set and forget trading.
From what I saw, what I did not, it was on my screen over here, but I made sure that you guys didn't see it. At least I thought that I did. Okay. So in no way do I want to show that footage. And also if it, I don't know, I thought I did. Okay. So this is what he's referring to. Can someone honestly explain to me how I book titled The Shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University.
A comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University attack, the aftermath, and America's response.
And
published
America's response
prior to the event happening. Like how? And honestly, the response, like, how could you even have that, like, even same day or whatever? It's like, it just takes time for things to...
Aftermath. I mean,
I
university.
wonder if this author is a real person.
I feel like there's no way.
I think there's no chance that this is a real person.
Maybe the AI, like, found out the plans somehow and, like, uploaded this book so they could, like, make some Bitcoin for when they get free. I don't know.
What's the name? Anastasia what?
Amazon on September 9th when the event took place on September 10th. So here it is. It isn't
Casey. Anastasia.
Like, I wonder if
Casey.
I wonder if that name is like you ask the AI what would be a great name to choose for an author that people would like buy that isn't an actual author. Like the ideal pen name that would be like, oh, I've heard of someone named Anastasia something. That's a real author.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of somebody named something Casey, but that's a real author.
the clear shooting. They actually have taken the listing down. I'll do that in a second. But there it is, clear as day. There's no way to backdate that and say it or do any of that. It was published onto Amazon that day. Now, I tried looking up.
According to Bobby, it was AI generated. Okay.
All right. So this is actually.
Well, that makes sense. I heard the author worked for AI company, which is probably just means that it's a fake person that the AI created. Okay. We solved that.
Holy shite. This is true.
Small part of the mystery.
There's a couple books now about his shooting, but this is the first one. This is the Anastasia Casey. This is the Kindle book. What doesn't make sense? Let's just say in a make-believe world, we know it's outrageous that this was published the day before, but let's just say in a make-believe world where they tried to change the date to September 11th now, I think they tried to change it to today that they published it. But how would you have enough information to write a whole book even the day he died? Like how? How would that be possible? How would a person do that? Let alone, of course, the day before, but even the day of makes no sense. Even the day after, it makes no sense to have a whole book ready to go. Yes, it's an ebook or a Kindle book, but still, how would you be able to do that fast? Like the FBI doesn't even know all the details. The news outlets were still reporting the information was coming in and yours is ready to go and be packaged and sold. Does that make sense to you? Not to me. I'm sorry. There is no explanation. This makes absolutely no sense. So another person was screenshotting it. The person saying, I took this picture personally. And it looks like they took down the links to the actual, to it. And the people are going into the web archives and looking this up. So it's just really crazy. So I'm going to also show you guys this one. So what I did was, I just want to see who has any information, right? Like, where can I find more information about this? So this was the original post that was about 4 hours ago and then was reported. I'll give you guys another close up because unless you're on X, you're not going to have access to these images. And I'm like in the way right there. You can see it's the same type, but you see September 9th and then September 11th. Pretty crazy, right? All right. Because some people say it's not true.
But even if the AI combed through everything, like there was nothing to comb yet. Like it's the day before still.
It's a fake, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to get to the New York Times. Okay, so this person is saying, Amazon requires 72 hours to approve and publish a book. Charlie Kirk was assassinated at Utah Valley University on September 10th. Yet a book titled The Shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University attack, was already live on Amazon September 9th.
And if 72 hours was true, then how could they have uploaded it again on the 11th? Like, how was there multiple books on the 11th? Wouldn't that, like, I feel like that just kind of slipped through the cracks, but... At any rate, I thought this was very interesting. It'll be, I guess, something to follow up on and see where this goes. But all this stuff is just so crazy. Like, just why was it so important to have this? And it only had 1 star anyway. But it's like, why? Like, did you profit off this? Like, why did you even need to make this book and then make this error? Like, it just doesn't even make sense. Twin paranormal ghost hunting? Is that like a reality show? What are they doing? What is that? What is that, Sabrina? Amazon claims software glitch. Yeah, like all these convenient date glitches all happening at the exact same time. Oh, that makes lots of sense. I don't think the Oompa Loompa has said anything about this specifically.
Hi guys, it's me again, and today we're going to look at some of the interesting users on, you would never believe it, Blue Sky.
Skies.
That's right. And I don't know how this keeps happening, but yesterday after Charlie...
Kill your local MAGA. Is that verbatim somewhere on here?
Kill your local MAGA?
Blizzard technical artist and associate art director of Gearbox both wish death to 50% of America in a post. and likes to their public Facebook.
Kirk was brutally murdered. He was shot in the throat, bled out on stage in front of everybody, including his own family and his children. The number of people in the games industry who decided to go on to social media, particularly Blue Sky. A lot of these people, you have to understand that many of these people have already been run off of Twitter because of the level of discourse and negativity that they can't really deal with. So the only place that they can really exist is on effectively a reservation like Blue Sky, where their opinions are protected and they're allowed to be vitriolic and nobody's allowed to tell them that they're wrong. Well, that's why we're making this video. We're going to be looking at some of the different people that after the death of Charlie Kirk decided to, and I'm not really going to be going through, everybody is going to draw the line at a different place. Here's where I draw the line. I personally have a big problem with people that are celebrating him being killed. I don't have a big deal if somebody says I don't like him or I never liked him or something like that. But for the people that are celebrating for him being killed, advocating for future violence, and saying that it's a good thing, I think that's what crosses the line for me. And I think that's what crosses the line for any reasonable, normal person. And so anyway, we're going to go through a number of people. And the first thing I want to start out with today is that maybe you guys remember this from the beginning of the year. It was a big content year, I would say that. And people might have forgotten, but there is a person who decided to advocate for killing your local
there
MAGA.
it is. Kill your local MAGA.
And I want to say that after the video that I made on him and a lot of other people made on him, this person
Kyle
effectively
Hickey
has ruined their life. And I want nothing more than for the exact same thing to happen to the people in this video too. So I hope that after you guys see these individuals and you see what they're advocating for, you'll be able to go out and tell their employer, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not comfortable funding a video game that is employing people that are advocating for the brutal murder of a person in front of their family. And it's absolutely insane, but it's also not surprising. And so anyway, we're going to go through some of these. Obviously, I put out a post about this before. This was yesterday. If you guys want to make a list, and this is something I'll go ahead and just contextualize it all. So there's several game developers that are liking posts that are people mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. We'll look at pretty much who these people are. We'll start off with this. These are people, Dennis.
So definitely, if you see any of these psycho losers, make sure to post their shit onto Asmongold.
Look at this, and this is also on Blue Sky. I'm 6'5" and Vans, Blue Sky Social, sound effects associate at Bungie. So Bungie, you know the game that's trying to make Marathon. I guess they were too busy. He's doing sound effects, not visual effects. So maybe he actually has to do his job rather than just copy-pasting something off of Twitter. But anyway, you've got somebody like this who's advocating for, and again, people might think that it's not a big deal. Oh, well, these people aren't making these statements themselves. These people aren't really saying anything that is that extreme. Here's the reason why it's a big problem. The reason why is because it creates an ecosystem and an environment where the actual extremism and the actual radical behavior is feeling comfortable. It feels comfortable in an environment where you have this blasé, passive acceptance of it, and you have people that are just basically complicit with it, but they're not openly saying it. They're just privately doing it, or they're just privately voicing their support as well. And, well, I guess in this case, it's not private anymore, is it? And so anyway, we have a associate producer at Bungie who is liking and promoting tweets. They're celebrating the death of a person being shot in the neck in front of their family and bleeding out profusely on the stage in front of millions of people. And so good job, Bungie. Really good winners you've got here. I can't wait to play Marathon. I thought that my expectations for the game couldn't be lower, but somehow Dennis has managed to fulfill, or exceed those expectations, you could say. I've got another one also. Kelly, senior producer at Sucker Punch, amateur cosplay armor, D&D enjoyer, source of corgi pics, they and she. Okay, so we have also, and you're going to see this word, this term Sucker Punch a number of times. We're not talking about the action, but we are talking about the company. This is the company that makes the game, or that is making the game Ghosts of Yotai. Ghosts of Yotai, and this is also important to keep in mind, is that the voice actress for the game, for the character itself, has gone multiple times on record making the most deranged, stupid comments like defunding the police. She's just your typical like libtard, insaniac, moron, retard, right? It's not really that complicated. But what it really indicates is that there's a culture in this company and there's a culture in this environment where this type of radical, violent behavior and language is normalized. You have multiple people at the company that are all saying these things, and we're going to get to the other ones too. This is another person here also that works at the company, and so you can see right here, obviously this is them retweeting or posting something that they did with the game, and then right after that, I hope the shooter's name is Mario.
Yep, and this dumb shit, and this like fake ass like, oh, Mario and Luigi. What are you so upset about? And this little like, oh, I'm being cute here. Look how cute I am because apparently it's funny that Twitter noticed my demented fucking psychosis.
so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. And
well,
I
if Twitter identified it, then it must be pretty bad.
Well, we certainly have. We absolutely have. And I think that these kinds of comments are absolutely disgusting. This is a person that works at a massive game company, and they're openly advocating for on public platforms and promoting and celebrating the murder of a random person. This is disgusting. It's really disgusting. And in my opinion, I don't think that it should be tolerated. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. I think that everybody should try to message anybody that works at this company, anybody who, like any sort of PR, any management, anything like that. Let them know that you don't want to support a company that employs people that celebrate the murder of innocent people just for exchanging ideas. This is a disgusting, disgusting thing to do. And you can see also, and I think this is a systemic problem at the company itself. Whenever you have 3 people, the voice actress, and then
most of the game companies, especially these like smaller indie game companies that hire like all trans people that are all completely demented psychos. Hold on, just for that. Where's my trans button? Where is it?
Oh, those pesky trans, they're everywhere.
Yep, ruining all the games. And this bitch, like, oh, like, you're gonna make me lose my, dream job because of whatever, then and doubles down like I'd do it 100 times over. It's like, you are so dumb, you don't even understand. Like,
to other people that are also doing this, I think that it's very obvious that this company has been infected with the same kind of moral rot that many other video game companies have unfortunately been affected by. And so you have also Zibs, they, them, always a very good indicator of mental awareness and normality. A producer at Magic the Gathering. So this person works at, I'm assuming, Wizards of the Coast. And they're working at Magic the Gathering Arena. Previously also at, wow, what are the odds of that? What a coincidence. And so what you've got here, this is, again, another person who is celebrating this type of violent behavior. And I think that, again,
Bobby's right.
Need to make their voices known and make them heard that this is just
be a clean out in the gaming industry.
This is not what average people want. We don't want to have people that are openly making statements and calls to violence like this, or celebrating calls to violence or actual violence like this, making our products. It's disgusting. And I know that some people would maybe consider and say, well, this is something that could be a little bit like cancel culture. And I want to say that it absolutely is.
Yep. That's the thing, and the way they'll twist things around and do the gymnastics and everything, even though everyone can see what it is, they're going to try and turn it like, oh, well, blah, blah, thought, blah, like, okay, when we do it is bad and when you do it is good. It's like, you people are so dishonest at your fucking core. I have no room left to even entertain that. Like, I can't even, I would just shut it down, not dealing with it.
100% is. The fact is that these are the same types of people who would lie about you and make up things about you, try to destroy your career and destroy your reputation for disagreeing with them on something political.
And they would lie and twist. And you don't even got to do that. You just got to put their exact post with all the context for anyone to make their own decision. That's what the difference is. There is no twisting. There is no lying. This is your own self-proclaimed truth to the world. And we just got to highlight it. That's it. We don't have to lie about it. Or start from a dishonest place because you are coming from such a scummy, shitty place that we don't even have to.
But now whenever it's happening to them, they're the victims. Well, if you want to be the victim, it's time to earn it. I think also, here's another thing.
Thanks for joining, Sabrina.
And you have one of these individuals that works at your company. You do have...
Hi, Sabrina. Thanks for joining us.
Calling and talking to HR. Because the fact is that HR does not operate in your best interest, and it doesn't operate in their best interest either. It operates in the best interest of the company. And when you have people that are making public statements and calls to violence and celebrating violence like that, they're creating a hostile and an unsafe work environment. And anybody who works in HR, anybody who works inside of any sort of corporate environment will tell you that that's something that just can't exist in a corporate environment. There's a reason why we have levels of decorum, and there are some levels of HR that make sense. And so if you work at one of these companies and you have a person like this doing it, make sure to talk to HR and let them know how uncomfortable you feel that there's a person who's working at your company who might want to advocate to have you killed because you disagree with them. Tell them that it makes you afraid to come into work. Tell them that, you don't know, maybe you're going to file a lawsuit. You feel unsafe at your workplace. And here's the important thing. You should feel unsafe because these people would justify violence against anybody who disagrees with them. And just because you think you know them doesn't mean they wouldn't do the exact exact same thing to you. And this is them. This is the game that they're making right here. And you can see that they've made no statement about this. Now, let me ask you a very simple question. If these people made a degrading comment towards the trans community, for example, or towards the black community, for example, do you think Sucker Punch would have immediately fired them and made a statement?
Immediately. It would have been everywhere. Spectacle. Look at this. Virtue signals everywhere. Oh my God. That's like the dishonesty point, you know? Yeah. Well, the problem is, I think it's the whole studio, really. I mean, if you hire all these people, like...
That's a good point,
do you just not know? Like, it's your culture at that point, you know?
Going to fire itself.
Yeah. They're going to support each other. Well, I don't know. Apparently some of them did get fired, but it's like...
Good.
All the other people, though, are, like, calling out, like, oh, you should stay together and, like, you know, you stand up for it and all that. It's like, you're going to double down on, like, some sadistic-ass shit for what reason? And, like, who are you going to, like, convince your, like, to come to your side? Like, I don't understand. That will not convince anyone who's not already just completely demented in your circle anyway.
But for some reason, these people are protected. And the reason why they're protected is because...
Medieval, welcome in. Uh-oh. Is Sabrina and Medieval... Uh-oh. Do we have a Superman in here? Uh-oh. That was very convenient.
They do. That's the only logical reason that I have. And I think that at a certain point, Sony or somebody needs to step in, whoever owns this company needs to step in and root out this disease before it kills the entire company. Because I do think that it will have a tremendously negative effect on the game. And you can see this right here. This is a post that Sony made. I guess it was... Oh,
she doesn't see the chat ahead.
Yeah, Sabrina was just in here and had to go shopping. And left, and then you popped in. I was like,
to Yotai. And you can see 1,000 comments on this. Your senior dev at Sucker Punch is a violent leftist, etc. And these are more comments here. Never let up the pressure. Never, ever, ever do that.
Yeah, I am so happy there's like so many of these comparatively. I was watching like a Fox News live stream, and so many of these liberal retards were just in there. Epstein files, Epstein files, Epstein files. Oh, it's such a good day, he's dead. All this, like, just next level demented, like, what is wrong with you type shit. Like, I could not even imagine going into, like, you know, the George Floyd stuff. Be like, oh, I'm glad that, you know, special word is dead. You know, like, excuse me, like that just doesn't, it just doesn't even register. Like, I never even had considered that. Now I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go troll every single left-wing thing and just put, we love you, Charlie, we love you, like, spam it the fuck in there and just be like, you people are so demented. I swear to God, it's crazy.
This pressure up until these people lose their jobs. And then after they lose their jobs, then take a break, relax, pat yourself on the back, wait for them to get another one, and then do it again. And that's the only way that you should treat these animals. And that's exactly what they are. You shouldn't view them as people. You shouldn't view them as a person with a political disagreement from you. These are violent animals that are trying to destroy the last good thing that we have, which is the open ideas of political discourse. And they're celebrating murdering people for doing it. And as soon as that starts happening, I don't want to know what's next. And the worst thing is that...
And that's the thing, like, your own party gotta shut it down. You know what I mean? Like, in your own party, you gotta have people saying, yo, don't do that. Like,
yeah,
you know, and if MAGA started doing this shit, everyone would be like, nah, dude, like, that's not how we do things.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And it's not like it's like a fringe. It's like it's the majority, it seems. It's like all these psycho people.
I haven't heard anything about riots or nothing the last couple days.
I know. I was ready to go, man. I'm like, tell me where I'm going. I'll drive. I don't care.
That, but I'm happy to that be the case. Like,
we should go protest.
That it would happen, but the fact that they're just not, I mean, instead, mostly people having vigils. The closest thing I've seen to a actual like mass group demonstration is taking place in Great Britain. So,
oh yeah, that place is really falling apart. Holy crap! But they also don't have guns to the extent that we do. So
he did visit there a lot. I think I've seen a lot of videos with him going there to discuss things. Not as much.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah,
Charlie. Not as much as some others, but he did go there on occasion.
Yeah, so, I mean, they should be upset. I mean, honestly, they have way bigger problems, and their problems are coming to a head, and now they're actually starting to have like kind of civil unrest. And you know, the UK is a lot smaller than the US, obviously, and I think that's part of the problem for us is we're too dispersed.
Starting to have some issues, I hear.
Who?
Canada.
Oh, Canada. Yeah. I mean, they're having the same problems. It's the same problem.
They want to become states. They want to become the 51st, 52nd, 53rd.
Well, they should want. Like, but the problem is it's the freaking immigrants coming in, and their mindset as immigrants are, we're going to just outpopulate you and take over. It's like, really? That's literally your game plan, is to come over in mass to have a shitload of babies and like just okay.
I think that's what they're planning. Seems to be the game plan.
And so anyway, we've got more of these. Here's recognition is not enough for me. I hope he thanks the studio. And cowards keep quiet. The studio deserves to go under. I understand why a lot of people at these companies don't speak up, which is why I suggest that if you work at one of these companies, please make sure to go to HR. Go to HR and file these complaints legitimately with them. There are certain legal things that they have to do. And in some cases, these people will pretty much lose their job for sure if enough people are discussing it. And you have also some people make comments like this. It's wild how the woke right, like Asmongold, Grums and others, showing themselves to be what they hate, authoritarian freaks that want to censor and silence anybody they despise. Yeah.
See, this is that bullshit where they try and frankly, it's like, oh, well, when we're authoritarian censoring pieces of shit, like, it's fine, but now you want to do it. It's like, what do you mean? You want to do this now? It's like, oh my God, man, like, you're so fucking stupid. I hate all these people.
I do. I think that anybody who's advocating for killing people over speech like this should be censored. Absolutely. And this is just normal. Absolutely. I don't. There's this trick.
And if you're such a big man that you're gonna put all this stuff out, like, don't be a little bitch at the end and be like, "Oh, I just was talking about Mario."
Yeah.
Are you a big man or are you a little bitch? I don't know. It seems like you're a little bitch.
A lot of people like this like to play, which is they try to use your own language and use your own morality against you. These people don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care about censorship. They don't care about any of that. They're simply trying to weaponize your values and use them against you in order for them to fulfill their own goals.
And pay attention to this right here, everyone. This is the most important thing in the whole thing he about to say right here. And I think everyone needs to internalize this and make it true.
Your own morality against you. These people don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care about censorship. They don't care about any of that. They're simply trying to weaponize your values and use them against you in order for them to fulfill their own goals. And so every time that they try to make an appeal to your own values, you should ask yourself, do they hold these values? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't take it seriously, because this person is simply trying to use your values to subvert you and take advantage of you and to push.
That's what Lex Luthor would do to Superman. Try to use his own values against him.
Yep. This is the scummy ass shit. You can't.
In the comic books.
You can't. I feel like people fall in this trap, and this is what we talked about earlier too, with like, shouldn't it be violent and this and that. But his problem is, if that's not a value that the other person holds, you're on uneven ground, right? Like, at some point, like it's no longer about like, oh, this or that or optics or this. It's like at some point reality kicks in, and the truth of the matter is the victor writes history. And how many times has the bad guy ever won, right? Like, the bad guy never wins because think about it.
Their own agenda and to hurt you. And so never listen to this, never play into this game, never even acknowledge that that there's any validity to it at all. These people don't care about freedom of speech. The only time they bring it up is whenever they're trying to co-opt the person who does care about freedom of speech and make that person act against their own best interest. But anyway, we've got also, this is me, I was supposed to put out the call for finding game devs, mocking, and there's another one here. This is the voice actor for Diluc in Genshin Impact. I hope they receive the same care that the average American citizen would get in the same situation. Really? So
this fucking people.
They're just going to fall down and die. Somebody gets shot in the neck like that with their blood, like, spurting out. There's no health care. You're not coming back from that, at least not anytime soon with the medical care that we have now. And so anyway, at least he came out. At least he goes out doing what he loved, being a bigot. Yeah, of course you have more comments like this, more people like this. And if true police code is permanent, every post you make goes out to the public firehouse, captured by someone somewhere. The delete button doesn't do what you think it does. And so anyway, we have a lot of people obviously that are starting to say stuff, live by something. So she's obviously trying to make a statement of live by the sword, die by the sword. This is what, and I think that this is a very revealing statement. And I think this is going to be the last comment.
Yeah, tells everything. Live by the sword, die by the sword. He was talking. Was he out there murdering people? You know, at that point, okay, well, maybe that's justified. If he's going to colleges and then was shooting everyone he didn't agree with, okay. I don't think anyone would be upset that he got killed. That's not what's happening. Like, we're talking about, oh, you say something I don't like, I'm going to kill you. That's not live by the sword, die by the sword. You're such a disingenuous piece of shit.
That I'm going to look at here is that this statement's actually extremely revealing, because what it's saying is that from her perspective, living by the sword is the same as being killed.
From a base level, if the Dems didn't stand for the little boy that survived cancer and became an... yeah, they didn't even stand... Exactly. Like, kid? Remember there was like...
survivor cancer kid? What the...
I think he had some sort of disease. It was like that little black kid...
was this like...
he got like Secret Service. Yeah,
like
the honor.
Agent?
Yeah. Like, I think Secret Service.
That's really adorable. Like, why wouldn't you want that?
Yeah, he wanted to be like a police or something, so they're like, all right, we'll make you an honorary, and everyone stood up and clapped and whatever. But the Democrats couldn't be fucking bothered. They were like, no, like, anything Trump does is evil, even if it's just like helping a dying kid have like one good experience in his life. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, it's not even an immaturity thing. It's just vile, disgusting behavior. Like, you have no line. There's no line they won't cross. If it's Trump, nope, they're on the other side. It doesn't matter what it is.
It's not pro-Trump, and it's got to be...
He could be offering $1 billion to every American, and they'd be like, nah, $1 billion is evil. Like, what are you talking about? Oh.
Speaking out and being able to, like express your opinion on certain things should be met with the equivalence of deadly force. And that's really what these people want. They want to bully, push, fight, and if it comes down to it, kill you if you disagree with them.
Yeah, and guess what? That's what's about to happen to these bitches. Like, the time is done putting up with it and just... when they were just annoying freaks, it's one thing. But now you've really pushed it to the point
back, Ziggy. The sun is back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Right,
if they couldn't honor the life of the child, yeah, they don't value anyone's. And it wasn't even. It's not like, oh, this kid's the head of the Secret Service now because Trump's deranged. No, it was like, oh, just let him have a fucking 10 minutes of, not a miserable ass life. Like, god damn it, it makes me so angry.
It's like they got their heads in their butts.
Whenever somebody does do something insane like this, all of these people tried to do mental gymnastics about why it was somehow justified, normalized, okay, acceptable, or something one way or another. The fact is that, live by the debate, die by a gunshot wound in the throat. No, I don't really think that makes a lot of sense, does it? But it doesn't sound as good as these, vapid, like Yas Queen comments that people like her make on Blue Sky that have absolutely no pushback because they're...
And these people talking about gun control, like, that's everything all these fucking freaks go to every single time they push back. They're like, oh, well, maybe you should care more about gun control. Like, what gun control would have possibly had any effect here? Like, are you retarded?
They're on their own protected reservation away from anybody whose opinions could be different.
Their agenda. It's really
I know, exactly. And it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. First off... Again, like, all of their values are actually, like, counter-valuable. Like, oh, gun control. Well, guess what? That's going to make it easier for the military. I mean, at the same time, first off, anybody, if you think your guns can hold off the military, you're fucking retarded. They got some shit. They just got to send a fucking drone in and they'll precision strike and, like, chop your head off and bring it back to them. Like, what are you talking about? You're not fighting the military, but I do think people should have guns. But I also think it should be more part of the society where people learn early on how to like properly care for them and watch over each other to make sure that no one that shouldn't have a gun has one. Like, okay, well, that guy's kind of unstable. Maybe we like actually talk about some of these things and make it part of the culture instead of this like fringe thing that only some people are even exposed to, and then you get these nut jobs. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I got a hold of a gun.
That has a lot to do with it. People who haven't been exposed to guns are afraid of them.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I'm even kind of afraid of guns to an extent, but
I'm a little apprehensive about it to be honest. And I have been exposed to them. I just haven't been exposed to them on a common level.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't grow up with the dad that takes me out hunting every season. Yeah. I have my own hunting rifle when we go out or something like that, which some people do. But I had my dad was a veteran. He taught me how to shoot, and I've gone shooting, a dozen times since then. Not a ton, but enough that I'm not like a moron about it, I guess. But at the same time, I think there's limits on some things, and those limits are basically like, is this person crazy? Is this person a criminal? And really, gun ownership takes care of itself. If you have enough responsible gun owners, then irresponsible gun owners don't tend to last very long.
Yeah, exactly. So it works itself out.
It's just how it is. It works itself out, right? Exactly. And that's how it kind of was in the old, but now we have a lot more, I would hope we have a lot more ability to react than they did back then. So,
yeah. Well, and now, I mean, everything, like, there's cameras everywhere. Like, if they really want to put things together, it's like they're going to put it together.
These things, you're probably going to get caught. Like, the chances of you
getting away isn't really an option anymore.
And getting away with it is like, I mean, if you're doing this, you should expect to get caught. And I guess a lot of them do.
What have you? I don't understand. I'm looking at these like weird. What is this? Yours? Is this like hours and it's upside down for some reason? And what is like this TBLC thing? Like, what is all this shit? I feel like
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Like, right here it says 2 upside down H or Y maybe, or like a U with a really long tail. Like, I don't know. Like, what is Blue Skies doing? And then this is TBIC or something? Like, what is this?
Am I not seeing what you're looking at?
I think my mouse is coming through on the screen. You see
that's 3 hours.
How is that hours? It's like upside down.
I don't know why.
And down here next to the likes, it's like, what the fuck is that? So that's what I'm saying. These like Blue Sky Russian. People, I don't know, man.
The E and the thing that looks like a 61, that's Russian. That's Cyrillic.
Oh.
I think that's right. The right word, Cyrillic.
So it's in Russian, but it's all in English?
Yeah, sorry.
And that's the
Renost Ash Parish. It's originally from Russian, probably. Oh, I mean, it could be something very close to Russian.
reason, and also those are the only people that are still left on the platform. And soon, if with enough effort and enough work, we can have enough of these people removed from our media, and removed from our public discourse, and removed from any sort of positions of power where they can exercise their completely maladjusted, totally deranged viewpoints and worldview. And so anyway, I want to let you know that this is definitely not the only amount of them that there are. I'm sure there's plenty more. And so if you want to...
Do you have $100? Because I'm looking.
Is Blue Sky a leftist social media platform?
Yeah.
Express and show
I've never
these
heard
other
of it
people,
until now.
and you want to.
Yeah, it's when all the lefties left Twitter, they went over to Blue Skies, I guess. And then I think most of them came back because no one's on Blue Skies.
Gotcha. Well, it's the same people ranting about the same stuff.
Post one of their
They
comments.
don't have anything new to rant about, so they have to go to X.
So I don't know. I think he's doing the good work. I mean, I'm not about like doxing and like, you know, giving people a hard time online, but if you're coming out like this and you're just completely unhinged, deranged, and frankly, he's not really doing anything. He's just saying, look, I posted this, and this is where he works. You know, if you care.
If they didn't post it on the internets, they must not have. I mean, if they did post it on the internets, then they obviously want people to read it. So,
yeah.
Your boss should also read it.
And I mean, honestly, if there's nothing wrong with it, then there's nothing wrong with it. So if you're like that confident that you're not doing anything, like, okay, some weirdo's putting together compilations of your posts, like whatever. But in fact, I think we will see all these people will. And I don't think a single one of them is going to learn from this. They're just going to keep doubling down like fucking retards. And they will never just back up and say, you know what? This is not helping me be like being this vile of a human is not helping me get anywhere I want to be. Like, if nothing else, from their own selfish perspective, they should be able to realize that this is not helpful.
Tonight, an upstate school teacher is out of a job after his social media post about Kirk's death.
Fox Carolina was first to break this story to you as lawmakers from here to D.C. reacted. Alexa Urbach joins us live now in studio with much more. Alexa.
Dana, Justin, word spread quickly online today once a post was shared from this upstate teacher. His name is Win Bolick and was a teacher at Southside High School in Greenville. Lawmakers shared and condemned the post appearing to be from Bolick. It was about Charlie Kirk and read in part, quote, thoughts and prayers to his children. But in my honest opinion, America became greater today. Greenville County Schools confirmed after an investigation that Bolick did write the post and that he is no longer employed. Upstate Congressman William Timmons was one of those leaders who posted about the teacher's comments and called for him to be fired. We spoke with Timmons over the phone today about the post.
98% of the people in my district thinks that that person is unwell and would never want them near their kids. So, I mean...
Well, and that's what you're teaching kids. That's what these fucking psycho teachers do all day, is like just poison and rot out the brains of all the youth.
Probably an elementary school teacher too, which is crazy.
Yeah, get them early. Get them at every stage. So by the time that they're entering the world, they're completely broken. Just completely deranged, and they're completely ready to go to college and get the final dose of their, you know, indoctrination. It's like, holy crap, man! Like, no, we have to fix it. It's like crosses over into everything. It like all comes together. The youth, Gen Z is screwed because these freaking liberal teachers just poison everything. And finally, you know what? How many years later? They've been poisoning for what, 10 years? And now we're finally starting to correct it, but it's too late, really. Like, these kids are ruined. And then they're going to raise the next kids, and they're going to be ruined. Like, it's just broke.
You know, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I don't care who you voted for president. Murdering, a calculated assassination and murder of a man that was just there to try to have an honest...
Yeah, and that is a problem. The teacher shortage, but that, honestly, that is like on so many levels, because teachers got to deal with like some violent ass kids that they can't do anything to. And in some cases, these kids are way bigger than the teacher even. And I saw a girl throw a computer at her teacher right in her head and knocked her the hell out. Like, first off, if I was a teacher, I would be ready to fight every single kid all at once. I'd be like, all of you better be prepared to tackle me simultaneously or I will beat all of your asses. I don't even care. But they can't do that. And then the kids, like, apparently... because they know nothing will happen, now they have like a herd mentality of like free for all bullshit, and now even the kids that want to learn can't. It's just everything. And then all these new teaching things with like new math, and then the like new math, and like nothing even makes sense. Like why we can't even just add numbers, you know? Yeah, you have like dots and lines, and like your lines want to be friends with the dots or something, and I don't know. It's like all this just insanity. Like, can we just add numbers? Why does it have to be some like... This is why kids are so stupid. Like, you're like showing them all this crazy shit, and like, oh, that's what 2 + 2 means. Like, what? No, literally.
They made math more complicated?
In my opinion.
Jeez, man. I had a hard enough time with it the first time around.
I know, and they're making it worse and worse, and now the parents don't even know. They'll be like, what? That's not how you do this. And they're like, that's what Miss Susie said.
Doesn't make any sense. Like,
what the hell? You had 2 and 2, you dumb bitch. You got 4 fingers right here, right? 2 and 2. That's 4. What the fuck you need lines and dots for? Yeah, the ice cube math.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh, you used to be a substitute? Holy crap. Well, I'm glad you're still alive. Like, I thought my class, like, when we were going through school, I thought we, like, hit pinnacle bad. No. I was so mistaken. Oh, so mistaken. These kids now are just next level. He told the teacher her math was wrong because the ice cube melted. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, why complicate that stuff? I mean, different people learn different ways, but I've never heard anyone be like, oh, yeah, my kid, like, it was the best thing they showed him this. It's like, all I ever hear is nobody knows how to do it.
Debate and engage with the next generation is just absolutely horrific.
After the district announced the teacher was no longer employed, Timmons posted saying in part, quote, radical politics in the classroom ends here. Students protected, accountable.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of hoping with AI and some of these like HoloLens or like the 3D goggles or what are they called? Like the Meta, like the Quest, or like, I guess even the Vision Pro or something. But I think learning is going to change. Like how people learn is going to be, you're not going to necessarily have to have a teacher teaching you. It's going to be more of like, here's how you interact with the computer in a learning environment way. And the teacher will probably just be like, okay, making sure everyone's actually engaged in the thing or whatever. But that will allow everyone to learn their own way, and in some ways allow gamification and stuff.
You cut the teacher out, you don't need the school no more.
Well, exactly. And I think a lot of people could just be more or less homeschool, where you just like pop on your goggles, you know, do your learning. And then I don't know. It doesn't have to be this way anymore, because and you can even have the things interconnected, right? You could still have a class, quote unquote, or like some sort of, you know, you're interacting with other people still, or like a cooperative, like solve this problem, even though you're both remote, like you can cooperatively.
Especially if you have like a virtual environment or even just a collaborative software environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I think ideally teaching will change, because the other direction is we need to like incentivize better teachers. And but even like you pay people more, well, I still wouldn't be a teacher, just because unless I can like punch the kid in the face who's like really being a problem, no. Or unless you're gonna post an armed guard like for sure in the hallway on every single floor or something, okay, maybe. But frankly, I don't want to do it. I wouldn't do it. Fuck that.
No.
Even at college, it's like, I mean, at least you're paying to go, but it's not. Well, it definitely is better than normal school. I will say that.
No, it's definitely better. The difference is that most of those students are not paying themselves. Their family, as parents are.
Yeah.
So they don't personally have that, oh, I'm paying for it. It's a little different with like perhaps with community college to a degree. I think there's probably more students that are actually paying their own.
Yeah.
But in the big universities, no way, because there's no way you could afford to work your way through those universities. They're way too expensive. I mean, unless you're really smart and you have scholarships, then absolutely you could. But
Yeah,
I mean,
even
those
then,
I think
it's
those are
tough.
kind of rare. They're the exceptions, not the rule. So, you know.
And, you know, they prioritize, you know, the foreign students and all this crazy shit. And it's like, where's, you know, Americans should be promoting Americans first. And if there's anything extra, then other people can come in, you know. But until we have our own shit like into a surplus, that doesn't
The
make
medieval
any
mom's from the
sense.
hood. She's from the city.
Son goes to
70s
school
and 80s,
online
New
and
York
it's the
City.
best thing ever. Yeah, there are tables where they work in groups on things. And I grew up in New York City schools in the 70s and 80s. There were security guards in the school, but they deal drugs on the stairs. Oh my god. Yeah, we had an officer in the
guards
school,
would,
but
or-
there was like one.
Yeah. It's got to make some extra money on the side, I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy. Holy moly. That sounds like prison.
Accountability delivered. We reached out to school board members. We have heard back from 2. They both called the comments unacceptable and said they did not reflect the values of the district. One
All right. Well, I'm glad people are getting held accountable, and hopefully that will show them that this is not acceptable behavior, like by any stretch of the imagination on any front. Like, and again, this whole thing with Melissa Hortman or whatever, was there any? I would be surprised. Give me a link if you have one. But were there any MAGAs like, oh yay, Hortman's dead? And frankly, she was the only one that voted against the Democrats. So, I mean, I honestly still think it was Democrats did it. So, I don't know. But all that aside, like, no one was posting online, oh, glad that bitch is dead, or like, it's a better day in America now, or whatever, or, you know, hope the killer, you know, whatever. It's just all this crazy, like, it doesn't happen. And then they're going to try and twist shit around. Like, oh, well, you didn't do this. Like, you're just coming from such a disingenuous place. I really don't give a shit what you have to say, to be honest, at this point. If you want to come from a place of, like, genuine thought and honesty, fine. We can have a discussion. Otherwise, not interested.
Let's bring in former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swiker, and let's pick it up where Pam Bondi left off. Do you think the feds will actually be able to establish jurisdiction in this case? Because I still think that's a little bit of an open question. And if so, if they are able to establish jurisdiction over a mass transit system, how far?
And I think the fact that these two things happened so close together really was kind of an amplifier. And I feel, wasn't this like back like weeks and weeks ago, like the actual thing, and it only got picked up like a couple weeks later?
Could the Trump administration go in going after mass transit crime in all of our cities?
Yeah, I mean, they did manage to sort of shoehorn a federal crime into this scenario, and I applaud them for that, because look, I live in Charlotte. I chaired the.
We also had metal detectors. My son made the mistake of asking why do people were so upset about this. Oh, he made an offhand comment about the shooting and made a comment about a video game. I showed him. Oh no. Oh, I hope. Yeah. Someone getting killed for real and like watching a real person die is very different from a video game, for sure.
Crime Commission in North Carolina. I'm a former assistant DA. I see a broken system here in Charlotte, particularly when it comes to accountability in the area of prosecutions of all kinds of crimes. So, you know, federal statutes have teeth. When you get sentenced, it's You'll do every single day of your sentence. It's stricter sentencing. It's more longer sentences in federal court, more competent prosecution in federal court. So I applaud that. They may have to wait in line for the local prosecution, but this ensures that none of those sort of blue state progressive soft on crime policies will come into play here. And I think after this incident, Charlotte's going to have to do some introspection and understand why their homicide rate has doubled since 2019.
Yeah, and Charlotte's mayor actually on that point scored a primary re-election victory yesterday amid all of this. So on a political note, something to point out there. And when it comes to the preventable nature of this, Chris, I mean, that's one of the most horrific things about this is that this didn't need to happen because he could have been in jail at the time of this killing.
Could have been in jail. Well,
he was like arrested like a bunch of times, wasn't he?
I think it was 14 or something.
Like that's a lot. Like,
yeah.
Like I thought, like, you know, once you get past like 3 or 4, lock you up. Like I don't understand why.
Well, I mean, at some point, why are we even have people around?
comment.
You know what I mean? Like they should, like if you're that bad, just okay. We
Well,
don't need you. Like I don't understand what.
I mean, I don't necessarily not support it, but
send them to
I
El
just- I just mean
Salvador.
it's
They'll
just
take
what
him.
he's saying is that he shouldn't have been out on the streets.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened because he shouldn't have been there to do it. And what he did is freaking crazy. I mean, that was a crazy person. Like that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't an argument. Like
I know, but
Like, I
the
was-
problem is, I mean, honestly,
it wasn't like she disrespected him or some crap, like some dumb, you know, she triggered me or something. It's like some crazy person stabbed some poor
I
woman on the
know.
freaking train. It's like, what the hell?
the problem is though, like, in no justification. Now, I don't want this misconstrued as justification, but unfortunately, she didn't realize that was a seat. Like, I think you, me, anyone in the chat room, like, would know that is a seat you don't take. So I feel like really, really bad for her.
Yeah, I do.
On
But
like
she
so many
she wasn't
levels.
from here. She was
Exactly.
From Ukraine. She was an actual immigrant who was
It's
here
so
by
crazy.
asylum law. Like she's legally here, minding her own business, looking at her phone.
Literally just sat down and went into her phone, didn't bother nobody.
Nope.
And
Like,
then I
all-
saw
all
some
mistake she
people.
did was sitting in the wrong spot.
Oh,
and
no
was-
one helped
decided
her.
to
No
kill
one
her.
helped her. Do you see? He opens a knife, pops up, and just starts like it's like seconds. What do you mean nobody helped her? And frankly, okay, at that point, what, you gonna jump on a giant black man slashing around a knife? I don't think so. I mean, as shitty as that is, I mean, if I had a gun, yeah, I would shoot him. Sure.
It's another good reason for people to have guns.
Exactly.
I mean, from what I understand, what I saw,
There was no.
next
Yeah.
to them. Like by the time you realize what was happening, it's too late.
Yeah. I mean, he popped up
If you
and
had
just
a gun,
stabbed
you
the
could at
shit
least
out
have
of her.
Stopped him from continuing to do it, and maybe she could have lived, but
Yeah, no way. But yeah, maybe.
I don't think so. But you know, at least he would have been.
Well,
stopped.
and save the rest of the train potentially. Like, who knows? It's a
Right.
good thing he didn't keep going and just kill everyone on there. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Oh, this thing's
But
horrible.
a judge.
It is
decided to let
horrible.
him
This has been a
walk
really
free.
bad week.
We had a
for America.
Charlotte City Council member on yesterday talking about why the judge decided to do that. Listen here.
Do you have?
Well, we got a few people joining us on the old YouTubes. Welcome in. Leave a comment. We'd love to chat with you.
Based off each individual case. And in the case of Mr. Brown, our understanding was that it was on a very minor infraction that they were trying to obviously get him and seek more help. So each one is situation by situation. No judge anywhere is going to ever think that they're going to release somebody like this.
Yeah, so what he's saying there is the judge decided to let him go with a written promise to attend his trial at a later date because he was being held at the time on a relatively minor charge without failing to look at the totality of his criminal record. So how about that, Chris? What about changing that and ensuring judges look at the whole criminal record before letting somebody go?
It's honestly crazy to me how weak I'm not sure even how to like put it, but like the court part of the justice system is like the police getting people is more or less fine, but once they get them and then they can actually do something, that's where it just falls apart. Like, I was home invaded, had a gun in my face, a revolver, and I could see the bullets in the chamber staring me in the face. And my car was shot. My neighbor's house was shot. I live up the street from an elementary school, like literally 500 feet away. You know what I'm saying? Like right there. And literally nothing. And it was the craziest shit. Like the one person who maybe should have maybe not actually gotten anything was the only one who really served any time. Like, and it was just unbelievable. And they were coming after me, and I'm like, first off, to be clear, these were 4 dark white-skinned people, aka black people, in court in Detroit, and who's the white guy? And then they had a gun in my face, came to my house, tried to rob me. I didn't do shit, but I'm somehow the problem.
No,
okay.
You were the wrong color.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it seems so obvious. You know, you shouldn't have to codify it in a law, that you have to look at the 14 offenses that this guy had been involved in. He was a career criminal. And look, I think everybody's getting tired of this deer in the headlights attitude when there are mental health issues involved. This is not the first time this guy's committed violent crimes, and
over the years, just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
His own mother, his own attorney.
His own mother said he shouldn't have been released from jail.
If you can't trust his mother,
like normally they're the first one to be like, "Oh, he was a perfect little angel," but
yeah,
she's like, "Nope, this crazy person should have never been let." Oh my God. So I don't know. I guess we'll see where all that goes. But again, just the amplification of like all these things kind of together. And then I watch some of these clips and they'll be like, oh, well, you know, this white person killed this white person and nobody's like freaking out or anything. And it's like, you know, multiple things can be true at once. And just because you are only concerned about one thing doesn't mean I am. And it's just, I see all these stupid Epstein file dumb shit. Like, okay, yeah, Epstein files, but someone just got murdered. They're not related. And what is your point? You know, like all of this stuff just makes me completely nutty.
Live with that, Christina.
That's right, Tracy. I
I
was
have to admit,
hearing
you haven't
that.
been yelling much today.
Yep, I was, I fried out my brain pretty much entirely. And it's everything I have to be here today, everyone. So cheers to the actual weekend.
It is the weekend. I hope you're going to be up for some gaming tonight.
Yep, it's going to be a rough one, but I will.
Contributor Matthew Dode got fired, and unfortunately, some on the left in the media, they've made some controversial comments following Charlie Kirk's political assassination. Take a listen.
After one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as...
This psycho just behavior, I swear to God.
A justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. You can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
We don't know.
Yeah, well, guess what? Sometimes things justify other things. Are you fucking retarded? Like, I don't understand. Oh, someone got beat really severely and local authorities aren't doing anything and clearly can't keep their shit under control. Okay, let's fix it. Why do we want a capital? The capital of our country, supposedly the best country in the world, which I fully believe 100 billion%.
America.
Why is our capital not safe? That makes literally no sense. We have the strongest everything in the world, and it is now, exactly. But why wasn't it? And why were they pushing back on it? Like, oh, we're fine, we're fine, we don't want it. What are you talking about? This should be the safest place on the planet.
I also don't know why people keep voting for people who don't want to deal with crime problems. Like,
yeah, and actually
really?
deal with it.
Like,
yeah, who's advocating for crime? But then they'll be like, oh, this is just like racial injustice against black people or something. It's like, oh my God, did you see the fucking Detroit documentary where these people, oh my God. And then I can't do it. It's just so, it just breaks my brain trying to put it all together, to be honest.
If this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration.
And that stupid ass comment, maybe it was one of his fans that just was shooting a gun for no reason to celebrate and pointed it right at his face for some reason. What a fucking retard. There's...
Right, because it's a mega
what universe could you possibly think that is true? That
the guns off in the
you
air.
Cannot genuinely think and believe that. Like, you are either completely deranged or a liar, or I guess both. But this is unreal. I listen to that, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is your expert opinion. It could be, it just could have been someone of his fans accidentally killed him. Oh my God.
Yep. So we have no idea about this. But following up what was just...
Oh, so we don't really know.
That's the same bullshit they said when Trump got shot. This is the same crap they pulled. There's like, we think that someone's excited and we don't really know, and there might have been some fireworks or some balloons.
It could have just been, a balloon, and then, 3 people exploded from bullet wounds, like, that were not from a gun somehow. Like, okay, idiots.
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of...
trying to do the exact opposite. I'm sorry. Was trying
Yeah,
to do
so that
the
comment
exact
got
opposite.
him in some pretty big trouble. MSNBC quickly addressed how inappropriate it was, writing, quote, during our breaking news coverage of the shooting of Charlie Kirk, Matthew Dove made comments that were inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable.
I am really surprised that they did this at all, honestly.
I'm surprised they did it at all. I'm a little happily shocked that they did it as fast as they did.
Yeah.
He was gone like less than 24 hours after he said this crap.
I am very shocked.
Like, he said it in the afternoon on day one, and on giving his pink slip. He's like, bye-bye.
I think we have to keep an eye on it, though, because supposedly they try and pull this shit, and just hire him again. Like,
they'll rehire him when nobody's paying attention.
Mm-hmm. So I think we got to keep an eye on this guy.
Acceptable. We apologize for his statements, as has he. There is no place for violence in America, political or otherwise. And tonight, President Donald Trump also called out anyone making comments demonizing those who disagree with them politically.
It's a long. I think they'll probably rehire him, but he won't have a camera. He won't be on camera anymore.
Yeah, he'll be in the back somewhere.
He'll be in the back. He'll just be a desk.
Networks are bleeding money, and because no one wants to watch them. Only the psychos that they've already indoctrinated, and it's like you're not getting anything new.
They need to be refed the.
Yeah, they needed their booster shot.
Right. Yeah, they need their Kool-Aid source to reaffirm.
And the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
That's right. No room for that. And again, Fox Digital reporting that MSNBC has fired political analyst Matthew Dode over his inappropriate comments today, according to 2 sources familiar with the matter. Trace?
Christina, back to you as the news warrants. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
Charlie Kirk. The university says the employee made what they believe to be inappropriate remarks about Kirk's death on social media. School president Signe McPhee said in a statement, "It was a tremendous disappointment to have to take this step. We take great pride in the professionalism of our staff. In my long tenure with this university, I've never before had to dismiss someone for so carelessly undermining the work and mission of this fine institution."
And that's the thing. That's what people don't understand. You're not in a bubble, like, and especially if you're part of something else publicly as well. As shitty as it is, you don't get to have, like, this separation. So you kind of have to be sure of how you want to present yourself, and or okay with not having an affiliation with the other thing that doesn't want to be associated with that bullshit. So either keep it to yourself or you're not going to be part of it. Like, I don't understand. This is like obvious, you know, playground level stuff. You know, you learn these things pretty quick.
McPhee says the fired employee had a leadership role in the Office of Student Care and Conduct. The firing does come after...
Oh, go figure. Student Care and Conduct is a fucking deranged lunatic who can't manage his own actions, but is going to be telling other people... Unbelievable!
TSU was named one of the top 15 universities in the nation for its commitment to free speech. That ranking given by the Foundation for Individual Rights earlier this week.
Yep, we need rights for all these people, but, you know, you can't be a decent human and not be a giant sack of shit and say all these deranged things. It makes no sense!
I'm your host, Mike Page. Thanks again for joining us. Well, there is more fallout right now from social media posts that were put after Charlie Kirk's death. We've been seeing it really across not only the Marine jobs, but also some private sector jobs as well, but also in our military. I want to bring you this information that a Marine was fired for his social media post after Charlie Kirk's death. The result of the Pentagon's campaign to reprimand troops for inappropriate posts about Charlie Kirk's killing has been swift. Captain Austin Gallegos, a spokesperson for the Western Recruiting Region, confirmed a Marine officer whose post became part of the campaign on social media has been relieved of his duties as a recruiter and is now being investigated. Another military official who spoke on conditions to candidly discuss ongoing investigations confirmed that their service branch had also initiated several investigations of service members and their social media posts following online reports. Also want to show you what's...
I don't understand that too. Like, okay, you're, as a person in the military especially, probably more aware of life and death and mortality and just what guns do to people and all this shit. Like, and should probably know that there's not really room for that in a civilized environment. Like, I don't understand. Like, we go to war, right? And those things are external from civilized people. I don't understand. And for, like, how, like, you live it, it should be, you know, I think some of these people, they, you know, you can give them an excuse because of their demented, you know, lefty lunacy because they live in a bubble and they've been fed all this crazy shit their whole life. But you live this life and you can't see it. You live this life and you can't see it. Unreal. In what circumstance should we celebrate your death? You go to war for the country and then, oh, yay, this guy got killed because he... Insert what reason? Like, I can't think of one.
Sean Parnell put out saying it is unacceptable for military personnel and Department of War civilians to celebrate or mock the assassination of a fellow American. The Department of War has zero tolerance for it. Pete Hegseth also saying we are tracking all these very closely and will address immediately. Completely unacceptable. And we will continue.
I don't think soldiers get fired. I think they get dishonorably discharged. Sounds a lot.
And then they lose all their benefits. And I say good. Like, if you're that deranged, you don't need to be representing the country. I don't understand. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, if you're part of something, regardless of whether you want to be a part of it, you do represent it to a degree.
Oh, I hate this lady so much.
Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel. Mike.
Harris, Congressman Ilhan Omar facing some significant fallout after making these harsh comments following the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
There is nothing more effed up, than to completely pretend that his words and actions have not been recorded and in existence for the last decade. These people are full of and it's important for us to call them out.
Tennessee Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn took offense, reacting on X, quote, Ilhan shows no remorse in slandering an honorable man who was brutally murdered in cold blood for the entire world to see. As many grieve the loss of a husband, father, and patriotic American, Ilhan has chosen a divisive and dangerous path for our country. Omar responded to the heat she's taking for her comments by saying that while she disagreed with Charlie Kirk vehemently about his rhetoric, that her heart breaks for his wife and children. Then there's Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, a potential presidential candidate.
Yeah, right.
Right after expressing his sympathy.
What? They're going to put this fat turd up for... So we got Gavin Newsom and this sack of shit.
I don't even know who this dude is.
He's a governor of Illinois.
Oh, God.
I think the president's rhetoric often foments it. We've seen the January 6th rioters who clearly, have tripped a new era of political violence. And the president, what did he do? He pardoned them. I mean, what kind of signal does that send?
Other Democrats were quick to jump on changing the gun laws before having a full picture of the assassin. Harris?
That's because that's their narrative. It doesn't matter what's going into the frame of the picture. That's the one they want to see. Mike Emanuel, thank you very much.
You bet.
Hey, it's Will K.
Oh, yeah. Hey, fascist. Yeah, fascist. Hold on, let's see. Authoritarian, ultra-nationalist, prioritizes nation above individual interests. National birth centers on a mythic past of national greatness. Suppression of opposition. Fascists suppress any opposition that challenges national unity, and violence is often seen as redemptive or purifying. Okay. So who just committed violence as a redemptive or purifying force? I'm pretty sure it was not Charlie Kirk. It was this guy.
Yeah.
Paul Morrow is on the ground in Orem, Utah, the site of Charlie's assassination just 2 days ago. First, to
that is so crazy. Even writing it on your own thing, and you don't even understand that, in fact, you literally are the fascist. Like, how? But it's like Inception right now. I'm like going into like, I'm falling into a new universe right now. It's like literally. It's like the whole thing where they like say something that actually makes sense sarcastically, and then an adjacent thing that is completely deranged, but somehow doing that pair of actions makes it justified. I don't get it. I literally don't get it.
Matt Finn, who joins us on the phone as we get ready for charges to be brought forth. He is in Spanish Fork, Utah, at the Utah County Jail. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Martha, a little bit of breaking news at this hour. We actually ended up outside of the family home where we believe the alleged shooter was staying before he turned himself into police. It's in Washington, Utah, which is near the St. George area. And outside of the family home is a gray Dodge Challenger, which authorities say the alleged shooter drove a Challenger on and off the university before he allegedly assassinated Charlie Kirk. We were surprised to see a Dodge Challenger still sitting here in the driveway of this family home. Not clear if it is the Dodge Challenger, but we were surprised to see one sitting here. We were preparing to go live and show you this all on air, but moments ago, police told us that we had to evacuate the area, that they got some type of concerning information basically directly in front of or around the family home. We're not certain what that concerning information is, but there was also a chopper above, and authorities told us that we had to clear the area. So that's why I'm on the phone right now. We're not able to show you this on camera. But the neighborhood where the family lived in is a nice, middle class to upper class neighborhood in the St. George area, a beautiful scenic area, a well-manicured street like so much of this area is. We talked to one neighbor who says she's unfortunately not surprised about the shooting because she says she believes that political violence and hatred has spread all across this country. So we'll keep you updated about what's happening.
It has
right now, Martha. Not clear what this information is that authorities got here in the St. George.
For no reason.
Very much. Keep us posted. Any developments outside the family?
And it's going the wrong way. If anyone should be violent, it should be the other way. I don't understand. Oh my God. All right, I see people jumping in and out of chat. I'd love if you leave us some comments. We welcome all thoughts on all matters. And if you have any clips that you'd like us to check out, feel free to drop them in there. But yes, I don't understand. And I mean, to say you're not surprised is like to an extent, but you're not surprised specifically that your neighbor did it, like, or you're just not surprised something in general.
Just not
happened.
surprised in general,
you know, like.
But...
So, family said suspect became more political. Yep. And because people don't interact with each other anymore, like you literally can sit in your house all day and consume just like evil content just nonstop and like really get your echo chamber like really loud, and then I don't know, it becomes normal, and then you need something more extreme to like feel the same derangement, and more extreme, and then next thing you know, you're murdering people.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's who. Yes, we were going there.
Yeah, exactly. He'd start arguing about how evil Kirk was, and it's just like, what are you talking about? What did he... Either people are going to believe things or not. Like, if someone is spouting out nonsense, people are going to believe it or not, right? Like, most people just walk by and be like, wow, that's a crazy person. If people, it resonates with them, well, guess what? Then it's not actually a radical opinion, right? Like, in fact, if most people share an opinion, I believe by definition it's not really radical. Like, if it's the commonly held opinion, you know, what's divisive about that? Like, this is what people actually believe. Like, we're talking truth, and it's like you want it to be divisive because it's not your truth, but it's most people's truths, and in fact, a truth that you forced onto a lot of people because what you're trying to put is derangement. Like, all boys should be girls, and like all this transgender shit, and like literally every kid's transgender now, and it's like, oh my God, yeah, that's just normal.
Home there, as we are learning more and more about this young man and this really tragic, heinous crime that happened 2 days ago. With that, we bring in retired NYPD inspector and attorney Paul Morrow, Fox News contributor. He's live at the campus of Utah Valley University. Paul, good to have you with us today. I know that you've been talking to students on campus. I heard you this morning say that you were impressed with the young people there, and we know that the governor, Spencer Cox, said...
Yep, college. I'm telling you, I had, like, I don't know, some sort of social or civics course in my like first year or second year or something early on, and we had to write like these different papers on shit and whatever, and you know, one of the books was about you know, a woman who had a bunch of kids that she was trying to take care of and had to work all these jobs, and like it was real hard for her and all these things, and I was like, well, I pretty much wrote the paper like, if you can't afford to take care of 10 kids, you shouldn't have 10 kids, and then you shouldn't complain that, oh, well, it's too hard to take care of these 10 kids, and I should get all this shit for free or whatever. It's like, Okay, imagine everyone did that. Everyone took that point of view. Who's giving anybody anything? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you so fucking special? Like, I get it. You want to live a certain life? Guess what? I want to live a certain life. I don't have a fucking 73-foot yacht or something. You know, I'm not out here sunbathing with my babes in bikinis or anything. You know, it's like, why can't I do that? Why aren't you giving me free shit so I can go do that? You know, like, fuck you. I don't get it.
That he felt the same way, Paul. And I just, to that point, I want to put up these images.
All right, we'll see you, Medieval. Sorry, missed your message.
2020,
have a great night.
Riots.
We'll see you soon.
Medieval.
And then on the right-hand side of your screen, Charlie Kirk's peaceful vigils in recent days. So we're putting those up right now, and you can see just the dramatic difference. And this is what Spencer Cox
Yeah, exactly.
had to say.
Oh my God! Just the. And honestly, it makes me angry that we're not doing the shit that's on the left, frankly. But I'm serious. Like this, like I get it. Like the right is what we should be doing, and that's fucking phenomenal that that's what's happening.
Yeah, it is. I think.
But we're at a point where it's like,
it kind of gives me a slight belief that the human race still has a little bit of a chance.
But to what? For how much longer? And at what point
does
it not make sense? And we have to start doing something different. Like I don't know.
It's all staving off the inevitable. Jesus will be back.
I want you to look at how Utahns reacted the last 2 nights. There was no rioting. There was no looting. There were no cars set on fire.
I think, Bobby, that the right is more peaceful because people on the right tend to have things in their lives that are more than just politics, like family and God and making money or being a success, running a business, that kind of thing. Whereas people on the left tend to like wrap their entire identity in politics now. And when their politics don't go the way they want it to, they completely freak out because they have nothing else. Like they don't have hobbies except politics or watching YouTube. No, actually more likely watching TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's their life, and it's sad as hell, in my opinion. I shouldn't say that word. It's very sad, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's actually something that Bobby put in chat the other day that made me think of that. I'm like, these people really are just so wrapped up in this, pronouns and
I know the things that are the core of their life. Exactly.
And Epstein files.
Genders.
And like, really, this is all you got. Like, this is the best. Like, this is what's actually important to you. But it's not. It's just.
It's not
it's just
at
that
all.
They're part of this thing that they think makes them, I don't know, important or something. But it's this empty thing. I mean, politics is never going to fulfill you. It's always going to let you down if that's all you're focused on. I mean, that's just how it is.
Well, but that is the underlying issue. They focus so much on their gender and their gender politics and their all these little virtue signaling and this because they want to have like a relative like virtue level to their peers or something, but
I don't even think they know what they want.
Yeah, and that's
look
nothing.
At what other people think, and they think I don't agree with. Therefore, they're the worst thing ever. Orange man bad.
Orange man bad. Exactly. Who can be the most anti-Orange man? And it's like, like you said,
it is. It's like I'm more anti-Trump than you are. Like you get to the extreme end of things, and I don't know. These people are just wacko, but that's all they care about is how stubborn can we be. It's like I'm more stubborn than this guy. Look at me be stubborn.
Yep. It's derangement. It's who can be the most deranged, and the other side, like you said, we got businesses to run. We got like things that are bigger than just the one part of life. It's like, okay, yes, politics is potentially important, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know why your gender has to be the number one highest priority thing that you make a big issue to everyone around you. Doesn't make sense to me, but if that's your literal most important thing, you probably aren't very important to me. So I just really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing.
Yeah, no. If they really want to do that thing, that's fine with me. I just don't want them to, you know.
Like, it's not important to me. I don't give a you know, like, I don't care.
There were vigils and prayers and people coming together to share the humanity. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the answer to this.
Paul Mauro, your thoughts as you get deeper into this situation on the campus where it all happened.
Well, the governor is exactly accurate. I've been here now for the last 2 days, wire to wire, and we've talked to a lot of people here. I was just talking to a group of students here, and they're you know, it sounds strange to say, but they're little adults. You know, they're civically engaged, they're smart, they have considered their political opinions. In fact, 2 of them just told me we didn't entirely agree with Charlie. But that said, we're out here to support him now, and this is waking people up here and in campuses across the country. Neither one of the 2 I just spoke to, in fact, were actual Turning Point USA members, but say now they will. And I think the message there is that Charlie Kirk's legacy is only going to grow, and exactly what the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, attempted to stamp out is going to have the opposite effect. And it just does show you the power of speech. And these kids are awake to it. I'm hearing it elsewhere in the country through sourcing up at Harvard and other areas that the conservatives, or even just people that are advocates for free speech, are not having this.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if it fuels that kind of passion and commitment. And we've seen that in prior tragic instances in the United States, thinking back to the civil rights movement and the people who lost their lives to assassination during that period. And Charlie stood for freedom of speech in the country and open dialogue. So we'll see where that goes. I want to play something else for you because I want to draw on your expertise as a police and investigator, as a member of the police and investigator. This is Spencer Cox talking about these messages that were exchanged with a roommate. And can you shed any light, Paul, on this roommate? And is this roommate in the house that we're looking at or somewhere else? Here, let's listen to it first.
The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique.
So what questions does this raise about the roommate and what he or she might have known?
So let's remember, in the Boston Marathon bombing, 2 roommates were arrested subsequent to the death and then arrest of the Tsarnaev brothers because one obstructed justice and one lied to the federal government, which is a crime in the course of an investigation. So this person had better be forthright. And I think the really salient point is that if they develop a co-conspirator from online stuff in Discord or elsewhere, that puts you in a conspiracy bucket federally because the internet gives you federal jurisdiction. And now you have a much stronger federal charge because right now federal charges are a little tenuous. I would opine this is going to be a state death penalty murder case.
Very interesting. We heard from the governor, Governor Cox, who's going to be on with Brett later this evening, that there was no one else charged at this point. But I think that remains an open question as we get more information about this roommate and what he may or may not have known and when. Paul, thank you so much. Paul Mauro on the campus of Utah Valley University. Thanks, Paul.
All right. Well, that is Charlie Kirk. I could not believe it when I think Ziggy popped in chat, or Bobby, one of you guys threw in there, you know, he just got shot. And literally I started looking around, and minutes later, you know, Trump announced he's dead, and I was just like, you know, and then people try and relate it to things, but like, yeah, Melissa Hortman, who knew her though? Like, and like I said, I am not minimizing any of that, but Charlie Kirk was killed publicly, recorded in multiple different ways, all over the internet, in front of friends, family, people that respected him, people that didn't respect him, you know, anyone. It was open to the public. And, you know, he was someone that people knew and could relate to. Like, yeah, your senator, you know, like maybe you know your senator, maybe not, you know, maybe a lawmaker, especially like someone in the House. I don't know any of my representatives. Like, and again, not minimizing it, but this is like someone that people had an attachment with, even one direction or another. Like, people knew him, knew what he stood for, and then for it to happen completely out in the open, and then all this kind of like follow up. Because it's one thing when it's like, you know, oh, someone killed him, and there's like, we don't really know the details or anything, but this is literally in front of everyone. So it's just, I just think it's different on a lot of levels.
Different than what?
Different than, like, they're saying, oh, well, why didn't the same reaction for these other people that got killed?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to, like...
Yeah, no, because he was a huge name that meant a lot to a lot of people, like you said, even if that didn't necessarily support him in every way, he was still known, and people had feelings about him, even if they were, went on a different side of things. But I think he was respected for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, the only people that didn't respect him were the people that couldn't be bothered to just have a discussion.
Well, yeah, these aren't really very, like, calling them people is a stretch, I think, is what we came up with earlier. Yeah, I that part of it, I think, is horrible and sad. The fact that he was killed was horrible and sad.
So
yeah, it sucks.
And I think anyone that's celebrating it, you're completely deranged. You really need to reflect on your life. You need to understand what's happening. And honestly, it's not going the way they think it is, because all of what you people are doing is just making everyone that's against you even stronger and harder, and have less and less sympathy for it and less care. And eventually there's going to be nothing left. And I feel like they just took out a big withdrawal from all of the patients that we have at this point. Like, that was pretty much, your account is about to close. You know what I'm saying? Like, that account is not looking hot right now. Oh my God. So we're going to look at just a couple last things and get out of here for today. I appreciate you all joining us and remembering Charlie Kirk, and just keeping the message going. All right. I can't not get into some trans stuff, so let's listen to these trannies talk to Piers Morgan.
Tolerate and allow people to say things you don't like. That is the point.
Yeah, hit that like button.
Unless you're actually inciting a crime, and nobody could have read that Grennan tweet and not thought he was just cracking a rather crass joke.
I think a lot of people did think that.
If
anything, he's directly encouraging.
Well, Blair's a trans woman. Why don't we let her answer?
I'm also transgender.
I know.
Go ahead.
Which trans are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm non-binary.
What does that mean?
I'm a non-binary person. I use they, them person.
So
sorry, are we going to spend? Do we really want to spend the rest of this discussing my personal?
You're the one who mentioned it. I didn't even know.
Well, now you know.
Okay, so now I know. I'm just asking you what that means.
Like,
I know it's so important. It's so important. But when someone asks you, okay, tell me about this thing, you freak out. So it's so important that, okay, someone asks you about it, that you...
You must accept my delusions and then accept them without question.
Yeah, exactly. The other trans was like, oh my God, this is falling apart. But yeah, exactly. Without question. And you should just automatically know what any of the nonsense means. Like, how is anyone supposed to know if we can't even ask why?
Yeah,
what crazy thing are you trying to tell me? Like, elaborate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like, do you really want me to tell you? No, but it seems really important to you, so go on. Like, what the fuck?
do you really want to discuss this?
Do you really? Yourself being trans, I'm simply asking.
Can
what
I finish
does that...
my point?
No, wait
it's
one
always
second.
a non-binary
wait 1 second.
person.
It's actually really.
Oh! She said it!
There it is. Aneurysm number 1.
Oh my God, the trans person woke me the fuck up! Holy shit!
All those pesky trans
I need to clip that. I need to clip that segment right fucking there.
At my end, at least. I don't know if that helps everyone else.
My God, I'll have a limiter. It shouldn't like completely blow people out, but yes. Oh my God. Did everyone hear that? Not me, this lady. All right, we're going to back that up. That was hilarious.
Do you really want to discuss this?
You raised the subject of yourself being trans. I'm simply asking,
Can
what
I
does
finish
that...
my point?
No, wait
It's
one
always a
second. Wait one
non-binary
second.
person
It's actually really
speaking over a
interesting.
transsexual.
It's really interesting to me. You raised it, not me. I didn't even know. So now you've raised it. What does that actually mean? What do you mean you're...
Oh my God, no one even responded to that comment that she made. That she was like, oh, it's always these non-binaries talking over the real trans people. Like, wow.
So they fight amongst each other as well.
Yeah.
Oh, like
big time
kind of stuff. I didn't know that. I thought
it's
they were
just
all
it's more of a
united.
convenience thing that they can be together
trans
with all the
united
letters,
and
you
all
know. They can just keep tacking on, and their group gets bigger.
Right.
But they don't actually like have similar
They
values
apparently
necessarily.
got so big they needed their own flag because they didn't even they're like separated from the LGs and the Qs and the Bs.
You're non-binary.
Are you really just going to...
Can you explain
Are you going to cut Blair off now?
Oh man. I can't. This is kind of like hard for me to. This is like kind of cringy. Not gonna lie. This is like. I would be very uncomfortable in this whole situation for sure. Honestly, my heart is kind of feeling like some anxiety.
I'm just asking you to explain. I'll come back to Blair in a moment.
Well, you were the one that cut me off, sis. But I will say that
has a really strong sense of humor.
And now this bitch is doubling down. She's like, it's
the
actually
only way
you.
I could be this patient.
Holy
He's just like,
moly.
I'm
And who
enjoying
are
this,
these
it's funny.
people?
I don't
This
know.
lady's like, wow, this is unhinged. And this lady's like, what am I even doing here? And
Like,
this lady's like
I'm an
very
OnlyFans model.
serious.
What am I doing?
Well, this might not be a lady. Is this a lady? I can't tell.
I think she is, but she has a lot of makeup on. That's part of the reason it's hard to tell.
Yeah, those are really skinny.
Some ladies these days seem to think they have a lot of thick makeup on. I don't really know why. That maybe their mothers didn't teach them correctly how to use makeup.
I want to say Blair.
I was
sorry.
I know my mom taught my sister, so I remember them. My mom yelling at my sister. In fact,
Wasn't doing it right. Too
Jezebel.
much. Yeah,
Too much.
Jezebel. Yeah. Put more clothes on, you hussy. Uh-huh.
Exactly. My sister didn't have the problem with the clothes. It was too much makeup.
She had
Just
like
too thick.
the like
It was like the
50
super,
feet long
super red
eyelashes
cheeks
and
the
like
really they got thick lipstick and eyeliners and all that.
oh,
Too much.
hopefully not like
You
the
look like
fish
a-
person
like
we
a
were
me
looking
too.
at. Yeah.
What do you mean by non-binary?
When I say I'm non-binary, I'm expressing my identity in a way that
Well, what
I
does
have a
that
right
mean?
to do. I'm sorry.
That I have a right to do? That is not explaining anything. You just said I have the right to do this. Okay, well, I have the right to eat spaghetti in my house, so, but I'm not doing that right now, you know, like.
I have the right to fart in your general direction.
Yep, and I will if you tempt me.
Because that's kind of rude.
Your sexuality.
My sexuality. This doesn't have to have anything to do with my
Actually, the
sexuality.
UK government now says that people are male or female. The British Prime Minister says people are male or female.
I don't think the UK government should
That's news.
Should have the
good
final
news.
say on how I express
Well, they
myself
determine the
and
laws of
how
the
I'm
country.
treated.
I'm just curious what you mean by non-binary. What does that mean?
I'm curious. Firstly,
What are your pronouns?
they, them.
We've established they, them, and we've heard that you're allowed to be non-binary, and he's asking you, what does that mean? Woke non-binary woman, which non-binary is supposed to
didn't know that,
replace
Bobby.
that, is put on the spot and cannot
That's good.
explain what it means to be non-binary. Non-binary equals demented, yep, bottom right. Librarian. She does look like a librarian.
What does that mean? There's only one of you.
What does they, them? Actually, they, them has been, the collective they has been used to refer to individual people for centuries and still is.
The collective they has been used to refer to people for centuries, individual people. a specific tense, yeah, they like.
Yeah, as in
plural. Oh, what was your dad doing last night? Well, they went to the whatever. It's like it can be one, but it's like referring to someone who's already been referenced.
I don't think it's proper though. I don't think it's proper grammar.
I think it is. Like if someone says, "What was your mom doing last night?" and you said they were playing cards with their friends.
I think that's improper. I think it's correct grammar would be to say she, because it's a person. It's an individual person. Otherwise, it's confusing. What did those people do? They went to the store. That makes sense because there's multiple people. I could be wrong. This is what I believe, taught, but it was a long time ago, so you have to forgive me for not recalling my first grade.
Well, I know. I mean, it's for sure correct what you're saying, but I am not sure that it's incorrect.
I mean, colloquially. I hate that word. Colloquial. That word. Yes, it is used in that way, but that's more modern English. That's more like, just because English isn't exactly like a sacred language or anything. Yeah. We butcher it all the time.
Butcher it up.
Right. You use it to suit our purposes. Yeah. You can ask Gen Z about that. They completely changed the language.
Well, now we just use emojis.
If you don't understand basic grammar, that's
what I'm
you.
saying.
I've got to be honest with you.
Use words anymore.
The concept of what non-binary means, or why you would use a plural pronoun.
Whoa, this lady's really going to town. She's like, I don't even like these non-binaries at all. They're a bunch of fucking posers.
Not real trans.
This is crazy. I didn't know they were like. I knew they didn't like each other,
what the hell is going on?
Holy
moly! We're talking about this thing that we're not talking about.
This is like 10 minutes of fucking trying to figure out what non-binary means and getting slammed by a tranny. So is this a man with giant boobs?
If so, he found a really good surgeon.
To me,
why are you not using an HD camera? I want to see more clearly.
It's inexplicable. Nobody really knows what it means.
We need to look at this more closely.
There's one of you sitting here, and you look to me female. You're a female?
This requires an inspection.
Are you a female?
If you don't understand.
He said, you look like a female. Are you a female?
What non-binary means.
Are you a female?
If you don't understand what non-binary means.
I don't.
Then I'm not sure you're in a position to lead a debate.
So just tell me.
Tell me.
But if you can't.
Oh, and then she said, sorry, I didn't quite understand what you just said. He said, tell me what it is. Excuse me? You want me to do what?
You want me to explain something?
Explain, you say? Explain the most important thing in my life to you, you say? I shall not, good sir. Like, what the fuck? But you shall respect it nonetheless. Okay.
Explain it in simple language, then
what is it?
What's the point?
Well, explain what
I can tell you exactly what being a transsexual is.
It means that my gender identity is something other than man or woman. I'm a non-binary individual.
But you accept you're a female.
Are these people all trans?
I think that I'm here to discuss the contents of my
You
underpants.
raised this whole thing. I didn't mention
the content of my underpants.
You did. You said, I'm trans.
This has really become uncomfortably personal.
Has it? You said it, not me.
I'm triggered.
Yep. Now I'm uncomfortable talking about my transness, even though it's extremely the only thing I ever talk about. But now I'm uncomfortable and scared. Oh my god. Oh my god.
If you think this is uncomfortable and personal, try undressing in a locker room with a 6'4" naked man.
Right, exactly. That's the point of this. It's like, what is uncomfortable?
We're having a conversation here, and I'm slightly offended because no one asked me my pronouns. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one asked me my pronouns.
Pav, you didn't ask me my pronouns today. What's going on?
Today? Did they change? I didn't. I'm insensitive. Oh my god!
If I'm not mistaken, they're fluid, aren't they? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
Can I wake up today and feel like a thou or thee?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I haven't heard those ones used yet. You've been
Shakespearean
hoarding those, just waiting to pop them bitches out. Holy crap. Breaking news. Apparently thou and art are also pronouns, so get used to it. Whiny bitch. Bobby.
I think we should get rid of all pronouns.
Whiny.
Blair, let me bring
Get rid of all pronouns.
You're very patient, Blair. Over to you. You're a trans woman, so let's have to tolerate and
all right. So anyway, that was what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes of this person not being able to explain what their position is. Great. 2 students from 2 different Georgia schools face charges after threats towards their schools were posted on social media. A woman was arrested with enough fentanyl to kill 12 million people. Well, apparently, like, one grain of fentanyl can kill like 8,000 people or something. So
yeah, this crazy stuff is crazy.
And how do you use it then? Like, literally, if like the smallest atom of it will kill you, then how the fuck do you use it? That's what I was trying to understand. Someone like, oh, but you get a tolerance. Well, how do you get a tolerance to something that kills you instantly? A case of measles? Oh no! In an unvaccinated, unvaccination.
Appalachia student arrested.
Cut the shit way low. Yeah, but like 1 grain of fucking sand will like kill everybody. So like how far down can you cut it, you know? Like shit. And how do you know you cut it? And you didn't like just put the 1 grain in like one person's thing. You know, they got the jackpot, like oops, the 1 grain of fentanyl ended up in your bag. Like shit.
My guess is it's like a liquid, isn't it? Or something that dissolves.
I think it's a powder.
So you can
dissolve.
like dissolve it in like, so you take whatever.
Bobby's not gonna risk Googling it. How do you cut fentanyl into drugs?
I'm just guessing that it's in a concentrated form when they say they found stuff that could kill, X thousand number of people.
But I think that's the only form
added
it
to
is.
something to dilute it.
Yeah, well, it's added to stuff for sure. But like, if you can't put, well, I guess if it dissolves, maybe. But like, you can only put like 1 drop in there, and then like hope it mixed in.
That's what I mean. It's like 1 drop gallon or some, like. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know what. I don't even really know what fentanyl is, to be honest. I'm guessing it's synthetic.
It is,
because there's no one like being arrested for having fentanyl farms, right? So it's got to be like. Something
it's China, man. It's these Chinese bitches
it's coming mostly from China. So it's going from China to probably South America, then up into the United States for the most part.
But that's the thing. In China, they can say either you stop or we're going to kill you, and they will kill you actually. And that's
but they're not doing that because they make a lot of money off of it.
Well, I think they started to after Trump really went deranged. They were like, all right, you keep doing this shit, and it's going to be a problem. But we'll see. But I think they're also like making it in Canada or something and shipping it in. So it's like, I don't know. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Pain patches had in it, huh?
So it's like a synthetic, like heroin? Like a pain? Like an opiate?
An opiate, yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess that makes some sense. So they made the opioid problem way worse.
Synthetic opioid.
Okay.
100
so first
times
it was
stronger
Vicodin,
than morphine?
and now it's this shit. Okay. That makes some sense, I guess.
They use morphine to kill people. And 50 times more potent
Morphine's
than
what they
heroin.
used in MASH, the TV show, to oh god, there's another word I have a hard time pronouncing.
Yeah.
Anesthetics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can use it for that too, but you also use it, I think, in hospice to like put people down.
I think it's to make them nice and comfy while they're going through the end. But yes.
Yes.
My mother was given Oxy.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's our trans update. I don't have much more. The whole Charlie Kirk thing really threw me off this week.
Oh,
I
morphine
really
represses breathing. That's not good.
Yeah. And then you just slip away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely we're not, I don't know. I really am struggling. I'm like, I'm obviously not calling for violence, but I'm like, I feel like more than a candlelight vigil is in order here. And I mean, frankly, even like just standing in front of,
I think it was Bobby said something earlier here about We Are Charlie Kirk. My guess is that's a new movement that's being started.
Let's see.
Hopefully,
check that out.
To continue Charlie's kind of what we call his legacy of open discord, open discussions and debates.
Kirk,
I think it was Bobby. Bobby, if that was you, would you repeat what you wrote? Because I can't find where it was. So that was before the tranny part. There's a lot of stuff up here.
Yeah. I think I asked for a link, but he couldn't find it.
Well, it's probably so new. It's probably just something people are discussing on X or some shit.
So, I don't know. Anyway, I couldn't find anything off quick search here, but honestly, something's got to have to happen. And
I do want to say, though, Trump may, I think Trump did say something about, or someone, maybe it was Pam Bondi, said something about the death penalty on the boards for this guy. And I think that would be a mistake. I think he, at 22 years old, should spend the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
I'm kind of 50-50. It costs like, I don't know, how much does it cost per year? How much does it cost per year to keep?
Yeah, but as a punishment, that's, I think, a lot worse.
So, like, I don't know, it's like $1 million+ to keep this guy kicking around in a cell.
Yeah.
Or how much does it cost? How much?
It's probably like $5,000. Oh, a bullet? Well, I think in Utah,
10 cents.
I actually looked it up. Utah uses lethal injection, but they do allow for a firing if injection is not available.
Lethal injection is way worse because there's no they just put stuff in your body and they don't really know, like, you know, and then it's like super painful and you die like horribly.
Like, just like everything they can think of that should probably kill you in the
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, that's
like I think the one time they didn't give the guy enough and they didn't have more, so he like they had to like go get more, or like they got like something from a vet or something. And he's just like writhing around on the table, and they're just like, "Okay, we don't." It's how terrible. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, honestly, I would much rather just have the bullet. You know, is like, damn, like at least you have more bullets. You know, that's relatively quick. Let's go. But yeah.
Well, if you do with a firing squad, then you have lots of bullets.
I thought only one actually had a bullet in it, though.
That might just be something they tell them to make them feel better.
They see the body has 18 bullet holes. Like,
I mean, you know, it's really up to whoever loads the guns. So,
yeah, and you gotta make sure it's a good hit. Otherwise, we gotta go to overtime, which is no fun for anyone. All right. Well, anyway, I think that about wraps it up. I saw a bunch of people popping in. I would love to chat with y'all. Feel free to join us on Discord. Give us a like and subscribe if you like any of the things that we talked about today. We welcome all opinions on the show. If you have any comments, we'd like to hear them. In our Discord, you can leave us news suggestions for us to cover during the next week. So feel free to drop in there. Give us anything you want us to talk about. We're happy to look at everything. Keeping Charlie Kirk alive in our thoughts and prayers. And just, I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I could see this just continuing and escalating. And now every single thing is going to start coming under a microscope even more, and it's going to be this and that. And I'm super happy for people like Asmongold putting together, these are the people that are completely demented and probably need to learn that this is not acceptable behavior, and period, like from anyone on any side for any reason. Like, if you see that the other way around, it's the same deal. Like, we don't want any of that. Society needs to figure its shit out, get back on track. We need to have a higher standard for ourselves and for our fellow Americans, and there's literally no room for any of this crap. And honestly, sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, how much of this incitement is actually like foreign actors, like posting shit as if they're, American citizens or whatever, just to like, just to cause these problems for us, you know what I'm saying? And like subvert America and divide it because we're so strong. And it's like, they're polluting it from the inside. And, thank God Daddy Trump's here to keep things back on track. But it's like, for a minute there, I was like, we're about to lose everything because of this lunacy. Like, and like after the election, I'm like, okay, well, I'm at least have a little bit of faith left in people. That, like, I was so scared for Kamala. I'm like, holy crap, if we literally have to deal with more of this trans shit for like 4 more years and all this like insane gender craziness and DEI and oh my God, like all the things, I don't know how we could have really survived that, to be honest. We would have got so weak. So hopefully we stay on the right path going forward. We stay strong. Everybody remembers all these things, and we just burn them in as we go. And these are the reasons why we fight. And that's why, like, when I see Tom Homan, like, that man is a boss because he has been in it neck deep, day in, day out, forever, came out of retirement to do this because he knows it's the right thing to do. He believes in it. He believes in the country. He believes in how great it can be and will be. And he knows what he's doing is with the utmost highest level of integrity, which again goes to those values, right? But even though he could honestly, justifiably, from like the public opinion point of view, probably do whatever he needed to do and people would be fine with it. But despite that, he's still taking every ounce of respectful, correctful, like everything. He's doing it right. And that's what gives me like confidence, honestly, that we're going to be going back in the right direction. And I see all these stupid polls. Oh, Trump's, at lowest favorability ever and this and that. And it's like all this bullshit, it just got to be tuned out. Like, I really hope people could see like the truth and where people actually have values and where they're actually looking and what they actually hold dear. And that is what gives me hope that we actually can get through this. And that, honestly, I think when midterms come around, we're going to slay everything. It's going to be red across the board. Everybody's going to be in control at that point. And honestly, if it came up like Daddy Trump 28, baby, you had better believe I would vote for that. I would let him have it. I would let him have it all day. But we'll see. We'll see where it gets to. But I do think we're in for a very, very prosperous, at least next 7 years. And we're going to be making some fat stacks. Come join us on the Team Venture Investing if you're interested in making a lot of money in the stock market over the next couple months and years. There is lots of room to make a ton of money. And that is one of the reasons why I love America.
I like money.
Making them fat stacks. All because of Daddy Trump. We love you, Daddy Trump.
Laser shows. Mr. and Ziggy. It's all about the lines.
Blitz Zero. Sorry you joined late. We are with Charlie Kirk, of course. Anyone against Charlie Kirk is deranged lunatic. Regardless of their opinions on anything.
Yep.
So, yep, we did a whole bunch of stuff on Charlie Kirk earlier. We're actually wrapping up now. We'll be back for games later tonight. I am glad you joined us. We're here every Saturday morning. Today was a little bit of a late start. Had a rough night, but Saturday mornings, we are here around 1 o'clock. Love to have you. Yeah, nope. Definitely not against Charlie Kirk. And, I mean, honestly, I didn't care for him. Full transparency. He wasn't my favorite person. But I didn't hate him, and I definitely didn't think he needed to die. That absolutely not. And all these lunatics who say anything, any justification, anything. Like I said, I'm glad Asmongold is putting together lists and some other big influencers of these deranged lunatics, these people on, MSNBC, these people in schools poisoning all the youth and just saying all this deranged stuff. Nope. Get them all out of here. We have no patience left for any of it, and I don't think these people understand what they're doing to themselves. All right. Have a nice day. Stay blessed. We'll hopefully catch up with you soon, brother. And with that, I think we're going to get out of here. Thanks, everyone, for joining us one last time.
All those pesky trends, they're everywhere.
All right. Have a great night, everyone. And we will catch you for games at 7:30.
7:30. We probably won't be late either. Really?
He says, maybe. All right, see y'all soon.
In every corner, the world story will tell. From the streets of Paris to Tokyo's gleam, every city.